All right. What's up, everybody? Tuesday. Let's see how this goes. We did stream yesterday, so it actually went okay yesterday. You weren't here. You only had one caller, but I'm pretty good at whenever there's a caller, I can extend the conversation. Hopefully we get some more people in here today. If not, I have a couple videos I want to work on, and we'll kind of go from there. Oh, did I say Tuesday? Holy crap. I'm ready for a vacation. I got a vacation coming up. I've already skipped. So, all right. So we're going to see if some people will step up and prove the unprovable, as Buck says. And we'll just go from there. See how it is. I liked yesterday's topic as well, too. I got a new cup for Father's Day. It's supposed to keep everything cool or warm. So I'm using my my cup today. So yeah, welcome everybody. Are those that are here? Uh, Hopefully your week has started off okay, and if not, hopefully it gets better. Did have a new video out today. If you haven't seen that, be sure to go check it out. I like the last two videos I made, but I spoke about this with someone else. The videos that I like don't do well, and then the videos I don't like seem to do well. It's crazy how that works. Like I'll do a video and I'll actually feel disappointed when I like it because most likely if you like it, it's not gonna do shit. So, but I just try to make honest content. So I don't I don't make it just because of that, but it's like, I like it, so it's not gonna do well. And unfortunately that has stayed true at the moment. Like my best video so far is a video I was like, and now it's at like 30 something K. And I'm like, I don't know what people like about that one, but I guess it's also a timing thing, right? You got to have the right title, right thumbnail on the perfect day. Boom. But like I said, I'll keep making honest content and just going from there. We'll have some fun, man. And I'll try to make anybody that wants to speak to me be honest as well, because that's what I'm all about. So, subject today is there are a lot of people that believe they have proof that what they believe exists, and those are the people I want to talk to. So, you guys let me know what's up with you today. Anything exciting? Anything new? Anything you want to vent about? It's also a thing. It's okay to complain a little bit sometimes. As long as you don't let that take over, I think it's all right. Update. Our daddy. I have a weird thing. I don't call people daddy. Troy, what's up? Trying to see what, like, just in case we don't get people in here, look through what video I kind of want to work on. There's a couple videos I saw I wanted to do some reactions to, but while I had the energy. I assume most Christians would say they treat God like a person until it's something bad, and then God's not a person anymore. But it's I don't know. It's pretty obvious to me that there's a lot of what's the word? Coping. Yeah, there's just a lot of coping going on. I get wanting to believe it, man. I'm not gonna act like I don't get it. Like, I definitely get it, but for me personally, I got to a point where uh, the belief is slowly going away a little bit. But like, I mean, there's still part of me that like, oh, there has to be something, right? But I just got to the point where it's just like, man, if you can't prove something, then I don't know. We gotta this world is going to crap. Like we're going backwards, man. It's like people want to go back to certain times that were obviously worse, and I think religion has a lot to do with it. Like people are trying to go back, and I don't know, man. And I think that just like let's just stop. If you can't prove something, we just gotta take it for what it is, man. We need to go back to having to prove things. Until we chill the hell out, then we can start talking about all this shit again. But right now, it's not not good. And a lot of, like I said, in this country at least, if you're in the United States, a lot of what's going on is from people that have these similar beliefs that think the end of the world is supposed to come. Yeah, so you can't think the end of the world is supposed to come and not be okay with certain things and not be okay with doing certain things. I think those come hand in hand. Uh, like if you're like, well, Jesus is supposed to come, and you start looking at these prophecies that are totally unproven, you get into the government, and this was a thing that was being said. There were government officials in the military telling the soldiers that don't worry because this is the beginning of the end. It was prophesied in the scriptures. Like, golly, man. Like, once we start doing that, all right, guys, time to cut this shit off. If you can't prove your belief, get the fuck out. Like, sorry, don't get out, but if you can't prove your belief, you like, stop it, stop it. Just saying, man. And you, and to like what I say to anybody that is a believer, uh, be brave enough to take the scrutiny as well, right? If this is something you believe and somebody's asking you for evidence and you can't give it, be brave enough also to be honest that you might have an irrational belief. And I don't even think that's normal. I think tons of people have irrational beliefs. It's just when we get to this book, all of a sudden, I don't know, people are just scared. If they admit it, then God's gonna shoot a lightning bolt or something. I don't know what people are afraid of. Uh, but just like, man, honestly, if you can't prove it, man, just say you have irrational belief. It's cool. That's it. We're good. And then don't take office and then start preaching that shit either. You can't prove anything. So I don't know. God can't be proven or not proven. That literally is the same thing for something that doesn't exist. I don't know why we treat God different. Like when somebody says that to me, honestly, it's just like, oh, this is just something that doesn't exist. That's what we like. It's like something. I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's literally saying it's just something that doesn't exist. Like, just doesn't exist. That's what you're saying. If you can't prove it wrong, it shit doesn't exist, bro. I don't know why Nightbot got you. Let me look at Nightbot. Nightbot just did he not like what you said? What did you say? I don't think he said anything bad. Let me see. Nightbot chat moderation. All right, let's see. Uh, excessive symbols, maybe. I don't care about that. Let me turn that off. Excessive caps. I really don't want caps, but I guess whatever. You can do caps. Yeah, I don't know what's up. All right, I turned all that off. I don't know why it got you. Sorry. Yeah, there you go. It works now, so it lets you say it. Maybe it's because of his caps. I don't know. All right. But yeah, if you're willing to, if you want to come step up and chat, man, sounds like you got something to say. So go ahead and come on up. I'll share why I think what I think, and you can share what you think. Hey, Nightbot be tripping, so don't don't take offense to Nightbot. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, if it's unfalsifiable, we might as well go as if it does not exist, right? That's kind of what I think. Like, if that's what we're saying, it's unfalsifiable. All right, we're gonna live our lives as if it doesn't exist until, well, if it's unfalsifiable, I guess there's never going to be evidence. That's weird too. I never, when when I was Christian, I never believed it was unfalsifiable. So it's interesting for me to hear that. Like, I always thought it was provable, even when I was like, well, wait, God, where's my proof? I always thought it was provable. I always believed God could show me whenever God wanted to. God just never did. So I never believed it was unfalsifiable. So that's interesting. Uh, the people that believe it's unfalsifiable, I think that's kind of like a pacifier, maybe. Like it's easier to say it's unfalsifiable instead of face the fact that you just could be wrong, I think. Page Master, bro, that's an old ass movie. Is that the movie I'm thinking of with dang it, what's his name from Back to the Future? The professor. I don't know why I don't remember his name. Lloyd. Yes. Thank you. Lloyd. I think he's in Page Master, right? And then Macaulay Culkin, is he in Page Master too? I just remember that when I was a little ass kid, like super little. Like I'm pretty sure. I mean, believing in the flood's like a whole nother story. Like I think we have evidence for sure that flood could not have happened. The problem with the problem with anything in the Bible, there's a built-in excuse or a built-in option which is God can do anything until you need God to do something. I think that's the main problem, and that's where I have a problem with a lot of what people say is that when we're talking about something that happened in the past, they're like, "Oh yeah, God could do that." But when it's now, all of a sudden, God is limited. But God wasn't limited when God flooded the whole earth, or God wasn't limited when God came down and separated all of the people in languages. It's, I don't know. I think that's what makes it it's not a perfect book, but it can be used for anything. It's like built into that where it's like, no, you can make an answer always because you have that not mulligan, you have that out that, well, of course God can do that, right? Think about years just recently where they would have never said evolution was real, right? And then once more proof came out that evolution is for sure real, oh yeah, God did that. It's it's just built into the it's built in to be, you can just say anything. If a comet comes right now, oh God predicted that, right? Like But it's like, come on, man. The number of what somebody believes in does not mean it's not absurd, right? Or maybe absurd means something else different. I don't know. Let me look up what absurd means. Maybe you're right. Absurd can mean something that, let's see, I'm big on definitions. So, absurd is an adjective describing something that is wildly illogical, unreasonable. Yeah. Just because 6 billion people believe in something that is illogical and reasonable does not make it not absurd. It can still be absurd. Uh, at one point in time, this whole country just about thought slavery was okay. And that's absurd. But just about everybody thought it was okay, including the slaves. I'm not blaming the slaves, by the way, but everybody, like a lot of people thought it was okay. So just because everybody believes it doesn't mean anything. I would say that actually just shows we have an education problem. Or there's just a fact that we don't know, right? That can be the case too, right? We just don't know something and everyone knows. Hey, what up, elevator? So that's possible, but the misconception that 6 billion people believe in God doesn't mean anything. Because there's been many points in time in history where a few people believed something that was true and no one else did. You got Galileo, right? You got even Einstein, certain Einstein stuff. You got Isaac Newton type stuff. You got Nikola Tesla type stuff. Like people, there's always been times where there are certain people that believe something and maybe couldn't prove it in their time, and no one else believed it, and we find out that is true. So I would say just because everybody believes don't mean shit. Yeah, you can call in whenever. We'll be here for a little while. Gonna be chatting it up. I'm here tomorrow as well. So I haven't seen you in here before, I don't think. So welcome. My name's Jay. Don't forget to throw away your feelings, open your mind, and question your beliefs. I think the key is to throw away your feelings. I would say that to everybody. You will not find the truth or get close to the truth unless you can throw away those feelings that you have attached. I would say this with relationships. I would say this with your job. I would say this with so many things in life. It is so important to throw away your feelings and face what's really going on. You only watch your Hitchens. Yeah, I like Hitchens, man. I think I didn't agree with some of his political shit, but I've recently went back and looked at a lot of his political views, and I'm like, yeah. But to me, that's okay. You I don't expect to agree with everybody on everything, and if you only listen to people or only support people that you agree with 100%, I don't know. I think you're part of the problem. It's the problem with our political situation in the United States is people pick one side and they're like, this side can never be right about anything. I have to pick this side. And that's just stupid. I almost don't believe you if you don't agree with anything on the other side. I have questions for you. That has to do with religion too. I think religion and politics are so tied together. No, just throw away your feelings when we're talking about finding out if something is true, right? I would tell this to a friend, right? Like, hey, bro, I get you love her, man, but throw away your feelings to find out if she's cheating on you. just saying. Feelings aren't gonna tell you if she's cheating on you or not. Like, you gotta look at the facts, bro. So I like it said, some situations I am saying throw away your feelings. And this is a situation where I'm like, nah, throw away your feelings. So, anyways, the line is open. Just kidding. I don't have lions. Call in. Discord's ready. Anybody that wants to chat it up. Preferably if you're on the other side. Got a little puppy. It's all right, man. You can put that puppy on the phone. I'll talk to the puppy. Just kidding. I'll talk to that puppy. Anyways, hopefully we get somebody in here. We usually get one. Like I said, obviously my channel is not big enough to have a bunch, but I think it's okay. Like if we get one, it's cool. I'll take a look. I need to start making my shorts again. I was making a lot of shorts at first, and then I just went into the long form content. And I also need to start uploading to TikTok. Nightbot messing with you too. I turned off a lot of my Nightbot. Also, let's see. Don't forget, I've been making so many videos. I think I'm messing up my algorithm. Like I make too many videos. TikTok, I literally have to look it up. I just made one. I'll start putting it in my descriptions because I want to stream on TikTok, but obviously I can't because I have a brand new TikTok. So you have to have like 1,000 followers. I think part of me wanting to go through that whole process of getting all those followers again. Um, I'm gonna start making some rounds. I think some of my videos will start being finding some of these like Christian discords and trying to get into some of those. You know me, man. My whole thing is just about making sure people can be honest, man. I think that's a problem with religion, period. I think there are people that want to be more honest than they are. And you're just not allowed to, right? I remember being in church all the time and not being allowed to ask very tough questions, going to Bible studies, and the questions you ask just kind of get brushed away as have faith. That is, you would never bring up your kids to just have faith. So it's insane to me. One of the most important things there is, which is whether there's a God or not, we're told to just have faith. Like, that's crazy to me. And I would never bring up my kids. Yeah, hey, kids, don't worry about any education. Don't worry about any knowledge. Just go out of there and have faith, and your life will be okay. If you teach your kid that, you're a bad parent. But for some reason, when we're talking about the Bible, have faith. And that's literally the most important thing there is. I don't know. Somebody just said had faith before. Somebody said it up here. I don't know who it was. And they were like something about faith. I'm like, instead of an answer, you're going to tell me to have faith. All right. Instead of having an answer, you say have faith. All right. Origin of the universe. All the proof that we have is up to what, like the Planck time, Big Bang. I only go off of the proof we have, right? If once we find out more stuff, great. If we can't find out more stuff, that's something we also have to deal with. It's possible what we know about the origins of the universe are the only things we will know. I don't know that. I am okay with whatever we find out. I don't need an answer, right? Uh, and there's no point of me making up an answer. Like, do we make up an answer just to make ourselves feel better? Because I don't live my life that way. I don't do shit to just make myself feel better. I face the reality and I change accordingly, depending on what evidence is presented in front of me. Is it possible that God is not the origin of the universe, like what we would call God? I think that's possible. Like there's like what is the quote that an alien technology would be indistinguishable. Like, like, I don't know. Let's say some aliens came right now and they could literally uh kill you and raise you. Like, is that God? All we know that everything that exists, right? So when people say everything that exists had a beginning, I kind of don't agree because everything's just being recycled. As far as we know, um, was it energy cannot be made or destroyed, right? So then that's our infinite thing right there. So now we just have a bunch of things just being reorganized over and over and over again. And the only proof we have is existence. So maybe everything has always existed. That's all we have proof of. We don't have proof of nothing. I don't know if nothing even makes sense, right? I don't know if nothing makes sense. Um, I am new to this arena, I would say. I think some people might find my channel a little bit confusing because unlike like the atheist channels, um I am more of the type of person where I'm like, there's no way I'm going to change the way you actually believe. I just want you to be honest about your beliefs, right? So that goes with like superstitions, tons of superstitions out there. Even people that don't believe in God have superstitions. I'm calling that shit out too. Step on a crack, break your mama's back, shit like that. Wearing your lucky socks, right? I've met poker players that say they're atheists, but they be, you know what I mean? They get emotional about the cards coming out and they think that affects them and things like that. It's just like there's so many superstitions that we just have embedded in us that are obviously false. That's why when whoever made the comment about, oh, there's 6 million or 6 billion people that believe in God, it's like, yeah, that doesn't mean shit. We're stupid. Like we're dumb as shit when it comes to stuff like that. So it's just like that doesn't mean anything. So whatever you believe in, if you can't prove it, all I want you to do is admit that it could be wrong and we'll probably be okay. Hey Patal, welcome back. I haven't seen you in a couple days, so welcome back. Let's see how you behave today. That's cool. If you can admit that you could be wrong. And now the next step is not presenting what you believe in as having evidence, right? Because when it comes to the supernatural, there is zero, uh, I don't know how to word it. There's not zero evidence because people will say, and I agree, I don't know how to word it because I agree, like having an experience, it would be evidence, but it's like we don't live our lives that way, man. I get it when people say an experience is evidence, but like that's just not how our society works. So I don't know. And you don't want your society off of like stuff like that. Like that's not what you want. Like if anybody can just say shit's real, like I don't know, we're in trouble, bro. Like we're in some serious ass trouble. If we're saying like, hey, you can just say what's real and not have to prove it, we are in for going back to the dark ages. All right, Patal. I don't preach people. I don't know. I feel like even how you worded that, it's one of those do what you want to do, but you're in trouble. And if I'm wrong, let me know. But that's whenever I usually hear people say that, it's like some condescending tone behind it. Like, yeah, do what you want, right? Like, kind of saying that you're right, they're wrong, even though you can't prove it. And if I'm wrong, I apologize. But usually when I see stuff like that, it feels like that's what somebody's saying. I mean, as far as the evidence that I think we have is, like I said, the only evidence we have is that there is something. We have no evidence of them there ever being nothing. So the most likely conclusion is that there's always been something. I mean, yeah, it's okay. Whenever you're able to call in, you can call in. That's why I said I'm asking you like a question. If that's not what you meant, that's not what you meant, and that's okay. I'm gonna be honest and share like it's like, hey, well, usually when I hear people say something like that, then nothing has always existed. We cannot destroy energy, right? That would literally mean that energy has always existed, unless somebody finds a way to destroy it. I think the closest thing we get to is like black hole type shit, but now there's like white holes, right? So it's just like it's almost like energy doesn't get destroyed at all, bro. They're white holes. Is that a thing? Sounds nasty. All right. I mean, so do black holes, I guess. Uh, anyways, they're theoretical at the moment. Some people claim that God exists outside of time, but if God did, then God wouldn't either. Yeah, my thing about the God outside of time was always weird because if we're going to use the word time, then we got to use the word time. And how do you do something when there is no time? That also falls into the people saying that God's unchanging. That's obviously false. God does change. That's proven. I don't know if I'm the part. I don't know if I agree with just because you talk about something, it exists. I don't know about that one. I get what you're saying, but I feel like I don't know. That's starting to get into the whole philosophy thing where you can make anything work in fucking philosophy. Like if you got a good mouthpiece, anything can sound good. Like I like logic stuff. I like talking about those things, but in general, you aren't really saying anything. You're just making sentences that are tied together that make sense and that don't contradict each other. So it doesn't really prove much, but it's like one of those I don't know. It's one of those things where you're sitting around the couch, nobody has nothing to do, you're drinking or doing whatever, and those are the kind of conversations you have. There really is nothing that you're going to get out of them besides a thought experiment. If that makes sense. All right, who's not scared to hop up here? Tired of talking to myself. Who wants to step up and be tough? I will question the shit out of you though. Yeah, I watch both of those guys. Don't, like I said, don't be afraid, but I'm going to ask some questions. Proof is clear in that God is never present in there, here and now, at every moment, here and now. All right, I don't know what that means, Professor. Come on in and explain. There's no reason for God to hide. I don't believe in divine hiddenness is proof of God at all. There would be zero reason for God to hide. I don't even care what people say about free will. And if we're talking about the Christian God, that didn't hide. So that's even more proof that the Christian God is bullshit. Like Christian God was showing up like crazy and then stops for 2,000 years. I don't know. I think that's BS. There's literally God, unless you have a limited God, then we have a different story. But God of the Bible is not supposed to be limited. God alien. I mean, sure. Well, I was saying like if people are like, I don't know, the Christian God is probably for sure just not real, yo. Like there's so many ways of tackling that one. And it's the Bible's fault. And when I say Christian God, I also mean any Abrahamic God, by the way. I know Muslims wouldn't say they're Christian, but Any Abrahamic religion, that God is almost certainly wrong, or I would say it's certainly wrong, or they wrote it down wrong. Either way, the book is wrong. I don't think the book contradicts itself, contradicts God. Book makes no damn sense. All you gotta do is really read it. Like I said, take away your feelings and then read the book. You will not believe that shit. So yeah, you will not believe that. Hinduism, I don't know enough about it, but I'm going to say no because if there are multiple gods, which I think Hinduism has like hundreds of gods, so if there's multiple gods, why are they hiding? Gods don't need to hide. Like it doesn't. It would be like I don't know. It's just why like obviously the Greek gods aren't real because you don't have freaking Zeus just popping up all the time. You don't have what are the guys called? The big guys. I don't even know enough about Greek shit. Anyways, like the stories in the Greek mythology are obviously false because they're not happening anymore. Just like the Bible, all of a sudden they're not happening anymore. Like all of these ancient religions were born from the same shit, guys. So it's like, why do you pick one out of all of these ancient religions and pretend that that one's true? Like they like that's why they all sound the same. That's why they have the same stories. They have the same myths. They have the same story architecture. Like they were writing the same type of shit, man. And like I said, man, I get it as humans. That's why I start my videos off with hello humans because we are fucked up, man. We have problems. And I get why we make up shit. I just think we need to be honest that we're making up shit, man. That's all I'm trying to do here. We got to be honest about it. The idea of God could simply be defined as the creator of everything in the universe. So wouldn't you or the earth be evidence of God? No, because we have no proof that I don't know how you prove the universe was created. We would we would need to be able to get outside of the universe and then there be something else, but I don't know if that would still prove anything as far as a creation, but it might prove that there was some bump. Like let's just say there's like a multiverses, right? And then it's just like we're just running into each other and shit gets created. You could count that as the creator, but it's not really a creator, right? God? I don't know. There's different versions of God. What would God be for me? Since I have like Christian background, the problem is I'm gonna make God into a person, and I recognize that that is not really me doing that. That is my upbringing, and I'm willing to be honest about it because that's what I require. So when I think of God, unfortunately, I've been indoctrinated to where if I think of a God, I don't know, I think of God, and sadly, uh, because of my history for my ancestors and what was forced on me, I actually think of an old white man, and that's stupid. But I was just like, when you're indoctrinated, like I said, this is slave type shit. And my ancestors were taught to worship this white looking being. And unfortunately for me, uh, I don't believe it. But when I think about it, there's some gray white guy, old gray white guy Like I said, I don't believe it, but that's what happens when you're indoctrinated for centuries, right? My ancestors were forced to believe in this being. That's why Black people are the most religious group in the United States. And yeah, I don't know. Of course, Jesus wasn't white. I know that. I'm just saying what was taught to my ancestors in this land. Obviously, Jesus wasn't white. I'm just saying, like, but I have this is to me. I'm being honest because this proves how something can get implanted in your brain, and unless you're honest about it, you will never see it. Right. So that's why I'm sharing what I'm saying because it was implanted in my brain, implanted in brains of my ancestors. Uh, and unless you can throw away the feelings about it, you cannot be honest about it. Like I'm being honest about it. When I think of God, that's what I think of. But I'm like, that's not right. That's wrong. But I can't stop myself from thinking about it. So if you ask me what does God look like, I'm gonna picture exactly what the fuck was that was given to me. Just like Santa Claus, right? When you think of Santa Claus, there's a picture that was given to you. You didn't get to think about it. You didn't get to do any of that, right? Like you got a picture of Santa Claus, right? And it's the same thing. I don't think it's real. I think it's totally wrong. I think we're I think if you believe in the Bible, that's the Matrix for sure. 100%. You got that right. You're not allowed to question God, and that's pretty specific in the Bible. Job is one of my favorite stories, and God actually gets mad at Job for questioning him. What a great God that is. You got an all powerful being that is so powerful that it doesn't want to be questioned. Kind of funny. This sounds like a bad guy to me. What about when Jesus chastised Peter, right? For needing evidence? Greater are those that believe without seeing, something like that, right? I think that's pretty straightforward. Well, I was told God doesn't change either, so I guess you believe that God changes. And the Bible just contradicts itself, contradicts itself all the time. I don't even think that's a question. Like, there's so many contradictions in the Bible. Honestly, Jesus' story doesn't make sense. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Sacrifice, God coming down to sacrifice itself to itself to save people from itself doesn't make sense. That means God could literally just not do it. This story doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Don't make no sense, man. Professor, I don't know what you're talking about, but if you want to hop into the chat, go ahead, bro. Don't get caught up in the human transmission. That is the only way we know of God, by the way. It is literally all human talk. Buck says, okay, I'm calling. You're always welcome, Buck. You're always welcome, bro. Everybody else scared, I guess. I know you're not scared. I got a new link, though, so you're going to have to jump in that one. Hey, Patal's a regular now. She never, I don't know, he or she, sorry. They'll never say anything really, but Patal's in here, you know. I just typed it. If you scroll up a little bit, you'll see it. But I know the stream's like a little bit behind, but if you take a look, you should see it. Nightbot just posted it. See what our buddy Buck's got to say. Oh, did it post a YouTube link? Oh God, my bad, bro. I've been out of it a little bit today. I can't believe it. My bad, my bad. Wait, does that mean my other link is? Hold on. I think I know what I did. Trying to get you to click on my video. Ha ha. What a trick. No, I'm just kidding. Hold up. Okay. Okay. Discord. All right. Let me go here. That's how I trick people to click on my video. All right. Just kidding. All right. So copy. Yeah, my bad. All right, my bad, bro. Yeah, don't use that one. There we go. My bad, but my bad. I think I actually set it up so this doesn't expire now too. So let me see. Let me know if that works, Buck. Well, I'll know it works because you'll jump in. There it is. The man, the myth, the legend. What's up, bro? Uh-oh, you dropped out. Did it kick you? Let me put you back. You there? Oh, let me turn you down a little bit. Oh, there you go. Oh, hello. I got you too loud. My bad, bro.
Oh, sorry, man.
You're good, man. How's life treating you?
Going, man. How you been?
Good, man. Just, doing my thing. What about you?
Oh, just got done working, got home, sitting here trying to chill out and relax and listen to some Bible talk.
That's funny. That's what's up, man. So your weekend was good? I don't know if you're a father or anything. Are you?
Yeah, I am.
All right.
Yeah, I am. I had a yesterday I went to a friend's band while you were doing a live stream. I was seeing a band up the hill away. I'm in Denver, and
Okay.
I went up to Pooter Canyon, which is a few miles to the north of us. But oh, that was fun. You know, had a good time there watching that.
Cool, man. That's what's up. You've been getting out there. You must go get on a lot of music tours or something.
Uh, I I do enjoy music quite a bit. I do like a lot of it.
Cool, man. All right, what you got
Um,
for me today, bro? What you got?
all right, bro. All right. Um, all right. So let's see. We are at the mercy of the human sharing of what God is doing, and what He's about. We're at the mercy of each other to understand and learn that from each other. That being
Okay.
said, That being said, I do believe that God gave us the opportunity and the wisdom. Well, not all of us got the wisdom, but many of us got the wisdom to question what we hear, because I don't think that just because I know a few things means I know anything that is important to you.
Well,
So
wait.
I think
Why
a
why
lot
do
of
you
the
why do you say that? You don't think anything that's
well, I
important to
mean,
me?
I don't mean that it's not important to you, but I don't know that what I do know can is what you need at the moment, at the time, here and now, if that makes sense. I think our struggle is from our birth to our death.
Well,
The entire time we're going to have moments where we feel strongly about faith, and we're comfortable in that God is going to take care of us, whatever that means to us. And then there are many times that within our life we sit back and go, man, what happened to this guy? Where's he at? Uh, I thought he loved
what
me,
what is
you know?
does that not mean there's more proof of the non-existence though? I really feel
No,
like
no,
that's true, man.
there's absolutely way more proof of non-existence.
Oh, great.
But
I'm glad you could say that.
I have to say that, because but I do think that it's all cooked into the faith, is the idea of knowing something that you can't know.
Right. Okay. And this is what I was saying. I don't think it was you, but since you brought up faith again, I feel like when we're teaching our children to be good citizens or good people, we don't use the word faith. We give them facts, we give them tangible things that they can use to go out into the world and be what we think is the best person. So why, when it comes to something like this, instead of just being like, hey, we don't have no proof at all, let's just act like it doesn't exist, we now jump to faith is a good thing. I think faith is a bad thing in many circumstances. And when it comes to the most important things, I think you should avoid faith and stick to facts.
Well, all right. Uh,
That
that's
was that was a
that
lot.
that
So go
atti-
ahead.
the attitude changes though of faith. When someone says I have faith, then they treat it like it's a fact. That's not faith. That's
Yeah.
that's
Yes.
uh
Yeah. That's true. Yes.
that's absolutely twisting it. And if they say that, hey, I know I'm going to go to heaven when I die, I just know that. I think, well, you're absurd.
Well,
Um,
what would you tell that
'Cause
person?
I would say that's absurd, because
Oh, okay, okay.
there's no reason you can't there's no reason you can't change your mind to go back on what you're doing, and something could happen. Look, the a horrible tragic thing could happen and make you shake your entire idea of faith.
Sure.
And I think that's a possibility, and that's part of what I was saying when we were talking about whether I should whether I can determine something that would make me change my mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, if I lost somebody that I didn't expect to lose, like, you know, my wife or my kid or my I mean, that would definitely shake my faith. I've seen it happen to people.
Sure. Yeah.
Um, so and then the information itself doesn't matter. It's a matter of what your faith is telling you to accept or not. Uh,
But would you not agree that faith is like a last resort? Like faith,
no, no,
you don't say faith when you have proof, right?
I don't say faith when I have proof. That's true, but we do have to begin with faith, at least an assumption. Hey, I know when I put my fingers on this guitar, it's going to sound like this when I strum the chord.
Yeah, but we usually go
And I
off of
have a
that off
pretty
of
good idea.
evidence,
I have a,
right?
I'm sorry?
We go off of thinking that it's possible because of evidence. Like you may not know, like say you never touched a guitar,
Hmm.
you probably touched something. So you would say like, hey, if I touch this thing, something is going to happen. You aren't having faith there. It's just you have touched things before. So you know there is something that is going to happen when you touch something. So it's like that's not even faith either. So
Well,
almost every way we
no, no,
live is go ahead. Yeah.
sort of. I mean, look, here's the difference. So I do know how to play guitar. So if I pick up a guitar and I fret an E chord and I strum it and it sounds good, then my faith was good to know that my guitar was tuned. But if I strum it and it sounds terrible,
Mm-hmm.
something's totally off, then I have to find the string that made it bad. But the idea of picking up and strumming the guitar to begin with is I have faith that this is going to sound good. And as soon as the evidence proves that I'm wrong, well, then I got to go back and retune it. Then when I do that, my faith is again reinstilled because I tuned it.
I'm okay with that because you're using evidence to uh make
I'm
probabilities.
adjusting my faith because of the evidence.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, but I think you're calling it faith, but it's just like this is probable to happen because of what I know.
There's probability involved of things. Well, I guess I would say that the probability comes into play when I know that if I do this to fix the sound, it's going to sound better. I know that if I do this, it's going to make my engine work better.
Right,
You
but
know, I know that if I
do you
do
see
this,
how you're adding in the things that you know, right? Now try that with
right.
God. It should not work because you don't know all of those things. Everything you listed is because you had experiences literally with those things. Now, when you say that about God, you're just making stuff up, and we all are. I think we all are.
I,
When we talk about
I
God, we
agree.
are literally making up everything. I don't think you agree with everything. I think we're making up every single thing. Everything somebody says about God is made up. And it can be true if there is a God, but it's still made up. Like I think we disagree there.
No, I think you're right. I think people do make up God as they go. I do think that they make up um, something happens inside someone's mind that switches something from uh, that gives them the confidence of knowing.
Or
And maybe they're
the
wrong, and they could be
illusion, the illusion.
the illusion of knowing something, but then they could absolutely be wrong, just like the sun passes over the earth as opposed to the earth spinning around the sun. We can perceive it from that perspective. And until we're proven wrong, why would we even question it?
Why would we question?
Whether the sun is moving around the earth or the earth is moving around the sun.
Because the reason I feel like we started trying to figure that out is just curiosity, right?
No, I think it was an ego that started trying to figure it out. Why is everything moving around us instead of us moving in in Congress with everything else? We don't understand that. All we
Right.
see
Yeah.
is
Oh, you could.
everything
I
moving
mean, I guess you can
around.
call it ego, but I just say curiosity. Like we're curious to
I would
figure
say
out
it's
why things work that way, right? That's kind of
I
what I
would say
say.
it's curious to wonder why does this happen, but I think it's ego to assume that it's because God made us and everything's for us
Oh,
to
you're saying
admire.
how they came to that conclusion. I would agree there. The ego is what makes us make up God too. Instead of just because what really should happen, the perfect scenario is even if you think there could be a God, you are just sitting there waiting for evidence and not making up any evidence. But people won't do that.
Well, well,
Like
now
you're
we
gonna
talked
you're gonna
about
make
evidence.
God whatever you want it to
Well, we
be.
talked about evidence, and this is kind of important
Okay.
because I think the evidence that I have of the existence of God is certainly subjective. Now, I can
What if
share
you
that.
had never heard about God and you still had those experiences? What would it be then? Like, wouldn't it not just be just an event? Like, I wish it was possible. Like, I wish no
I
one
mean,
had ever heard about any God at all. And I'm just curious what would happen. And we do have in the past what happens is people make up multiple gods, right? So,
so here's
go ahead. Yeah.
yeah. As far as that goes, is everybody in every culture in the history of the world has created some sort of gods or pantheon or something greater than us, even a spirit.
Yeah, like it's the
And they
God of the
look at it,
gaps, the God of the gaps.
and they're everywhere. Every single culture. There's something to that. There's something to that. And
Yeah, right. But what would it be? Does it have to be any like let's be reasonable here. It sounds like it
well,
would make sense to make up things to explain stuff that you don't understand. That makes sense to me.
of course, because yeah, how many times have you sat there with your kid and your kid's asking you, well, why this, Dad? And you tell him, and he says, well, then why that, Dad? And you tell him, and he goes, well, why that? Because kids
Sure.
and
So
we as people have,
think of us as
and at,
kids in this scenario you're talking about. We are
and at some
kids when it comes to God, so we just come up with monsters under the bed
yep,
kind of type of thing.
yep, at some point somebody's going to say, well, you know why? Because God said so. That's why.
Well, I mean,
Or because God
even the thought that there is a God is the same childlike thing. That's what I'm saying.
and that's something that stays with us with humanity and has for eons since
Right, but
mankind
it
became.
doesn't always have to be God, right? That's what I guess that's my point I'm trying to saying trying to
They
say.
seem to
It
all they
it's just
seem
an
they
it's
seem to
just an
all focus on a
explanation.
God.
No, I know. Like it's just an explanation for something we don't know. And as human beings, I wonder what the other what the other ape-like creatures think or thought, not the ones that are still alive today, but the more human-like ones. I'm curious.
Right, I know.
I'm curious what
I
they
wonder that
thought.
too.
Um, but my point is, it's just like for some reason because we're able to see outside of ourselves, we come up
Well,
with something that has to be outside of us. I think that's what distinguishes us from a lot of other animals. I think we are finding out that other animals are self-aware too. And as those studies go along, we'll start wondering if those the animals think of gods.
To some degree, animals. I think it begins with encountering death.
Yeah,
Um,
knowing that you could die. Yeah,
knowing that people die, and knowing that things die, and knowing that your species will eventually die, or
yeah, or the possibility of
maybe.
it. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
I think that says a lot about why we're trying to figure out what's going on after this. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, I
and
get
that's
it.
that goes from Zeus and in Europe, and the Great Spirit in the Americas, and I mean, Quetzalcoatl in Mexico.
Right,
Um, I,
like me and you, we know all of these things. We're agreeing on these things, but for some reason, we depart when it comes to, hey, whatever answers we're giving could just be made up. That's where the emotional attachment comes. I think like people are emotionally attached to the answer that they have decided is the answer to that
I, I
question.
I absolutely agree with that, and I think that the question is, hmm. I mean, yeah, I think there's a lot of problems with the God of the Bible. The fact that people think that that's the only way to believe, and I think that anywhere you start spreading that this is the truth, this is the only truth, this everything else is a lie.
Hmm.
I think once that stuff starts happening, I think that's where the problems come in. But if I can look at a Hindu and sit down, and as a Christian sit down across a table from him and talk about what he believes and how he understands things, maybe I can see commonalities as opposed to figuring out the differences that are obvious.
Well, I think the
And rather
commonality
than
is, hey, we're trying to figure out this answer that we have no clue how to figure it out, so we just make up shit. That's what I am trying to get people to. Like there is a commonality that we've had in the past. I'm saying we need to evolve past that. We need to
I,
recognize that anything supernatural is made up until we find actual proof. And I think
well,
that's hard for people, man. And
as
I
far
think
as
that's our next step.
making a as far as calling it, a fact, yes, you're right. I agree, and I do agree with the fact that that's a lot of the problems, is that everybody's working off of this uh because God said so idea, and I'm like, well, I didn't hear him say that. you know.
I am like, how do we know God can say anything? I'm taking the next step.
Well, okay,
Not
because
not
and
not that
and
I
and
didn't hear. It's just how do we know? Even if I heard God, Buck, say I heard God tomorrow, I would still be in the camp of, all right, guys, I cannot prove this, so I am still in the camp of this might not be real.
that's because you're respectful. I'm the same way. Like I told you, I, I don't know, 40, uh, at least 30 plus years ago, I changed my mind about whether there was a God or not. I decided there was.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and
yeah.
I
There's back and
know,
forth with
I
it.
know
Yeah.
that through that, and I know that through that, there's nothing I can say to prove to you that that's the case. But I can tell you, well, here's what I did. I did this, blah blah blah, and I found proof that satisfied me. Now you can try this, and if it gives you proof that satisfies you, well, then great. Well, maybe it sways you a little bit closer to
Well,
believing it,
there was a point where I was satisfied.
right?
I,
And
I,
that's what I'm saying. The dynamics of our life changes, and changes our whole point of view.
well, lucky for me, I
Just
don't have any. I don't have a story of being angry or anything. I just have a story of wanting to learn more. And then, as learning more, realizing everything I knew wasn't even a fact in the first place. So it technically crumbles. It crumbles everything, right? And like I said, I wasn't angry at all. There was no anger behind it. It was more of researching and be like, oh, wait, hold on. If this isn't true, why would I believe another part of it? And I think that's where
Well,
many people struggle with. Um, I am
well,
told,
so
even in the book, I am told that this is supposed to be the perfect word of God. So if there is one thing wrong in it, it is no longer from God. Now,
that's where you and I differ, because I recognize the nuance of
yeah,
humanity
but the
of
book tells you it's from God, and God's supposed to be
yeah, but
perfect.
the book was written by 300 different people.
Sure, but it's the fact that it says that it is inspired by God, God's word. Jesus is even in it, and Jesus is even wrong at certain points. So it's like if you look at the Bible honestly, you have to just throw everything out. As soon as there's anything wrong, especially from Jesus, by the way, that's one of my big ones. If Jesus said something wrong, literally the whole Bible is false. I truly mean that. Like, if Jesus said anything wrong, Bible wrong. Like, you can't cherry
Um,
pick if the person that is the meaning of the whole book is wrong.
well, first off, the idea that the Bible is only about Jesus is a uh, post-Christian uh, framework that was put together in order to prove it. So a lot of things were drew, oh, excuse me, drew lines to prove that, because, like you said, that book can prove anything to you
Yeah, if you
if you
wanted
put
to,
it
yeah,
together. But
yeah. If you wanted to, it can.
so so you have a bunch of Christians who came along after the fact and started presupposing and putting their beliefs on other people, instead of me saying, hey, this is what I did and I got closer to God. I'm saying, hey, this is what I did, and if you don't do it, you'll never get closer to God. That's totally different than
Yeah.
what I'm proposing to begin with, which is to say, hey, I tried this. What do you think? As opposed to saying, if you don't do it my way, you'll never get it.
Have you ever thought about this? I was talking about with a coworker this morning, and that's why I'm bringing it up. What I realized is this. So there were experiences and feelings I was having in church that I associated with like Holy Spirit or God, right?
Okay.
I noticed I had those same feelings when I would walk out into an arena playing basketball.
Yeah.
So I started thinking, I'm like, well, wait, how can I have that same feeling with this that is supposed to only be from God? Is it more likely that they're both God, or more likely that they're both natural? And I'm saying it's more likely that they're just both fucking natural. Like that feeling of the spotlight is on me, I'm special. Somebody cares about me, somebody loves me, right? Like that's the feeling I would get when I'm walking out of the tunnel to go to warm-ups in the basketball line. That feeling of everybody's looking at me, everybody wants me to do well, is the same feeling I got when I was baptized, right? Like, and it was the exact same feeling when I really looked at it. So what's more likely, that it's natural, or that there's some being that I can't prove that's called the Holy Spirit that did that? Because why would the Spirit care about my basketball game?
Only because it does something for you. But aside from that, as a parallel, I would say I have been to many music shows,
Yeah, I'm sure you got the same.
and
Yeah.
and one in particular I went to, I had a pretty spiritual, deep-seated feeling of closeness to God, but it had nothing to do with let me rephrase that. It had a lot to do with where I was, what I was doing, the experiences that were happening around me, and a connection to not just God, but to the people around me, because I do think that people is very important to the my relationship with people is very important to my relationship with God. That's my understanding.
I can see that. Sure.
And so being around a bunch of people who are on the same wavelength and feeling similar things, and that is a very spiritual experience. When Jerry Garcia died, we went to a drum circle, just a place where everybody was sort of hanging around and playing some drums and feeling sad about losing Jerry Garcia. And it was an experience that actually affected my wife way more than it affected me at the moment. However, at a Grateful Dead show a few years earlier, I actually had a similar experience where I felt like God was talking to me through this channeling of music, of experience, of the people
Sure,
on
but
a wavelength.
say this: what if none of those people are godly people, and you have that experience?
Most of them weren't.
Okay,
As
so that's
far
what.
as
Okay, so then doesn't
as
that isn't that
as
more
far
evidence
as
to where this is like, hey, this is just natural? Wouldn't that be more evidence
um
for that?
sure, there's a natural reach that I think that God is making to us, and I think He reaches us in all kinds of weird places. Like He might catch you on a basketball court. He might catch me at a concert.
Yeah, but here's my next
Me at
step.
a
When I
performance.
if God is showing up at a basketball court, why isn't God showing up for starving people? Right. That's
Well,
where
okay, so
I
there's
start to get to like, okay, I'm not that
because
important.
when you make $1 million shooting that 3-pointer or whatever, then why don't you kick it down for the people? Because it's about the people around us that
I am with
you are
you when it
blessed
comes
with that.
to I am with you when it comes to that the responsibility is truly ours. But
And
if you believe in a being like this, it is no longer just our responsibility.
well, I I I
Just
think
and
that
remember,
it
the key is
is.
just our responsibility. I'm not saying
I
it's none of
I
ours.
think that I think it's partly our I think it's mostly our responsibility. I think that's part of what the story's telling us. The story of the Bible
Yeah, but
is telling us,
remember,
look, man, God.
we already talked about this though. If some of the story's wrong, all of it can be wrong.
No, no, I disagree. I disagree because I think that some people may write things and twist things in order to serve their own
Oh,
means.
but you're saying God could not have stopped it. I guess that's where we differ. I think
Is
because
that God
I,
couldn't?
like, well, but remember, I'm thinking of the Bible as this was God's one way to talk throughout generations. So why would God allow that to be a
I
stumbling block? Unless God's going to
but
show up all the time, right? Unless God's going to
I
show up.
also don't believe that the Bible is the only source to reach God. Like I said, I heard him at a Grateful Dead concert, and
Yeah,
I heard him in Blood Meridian, which is not a uh, pretty Christian book, but I got some words from God within it.
yeah,
So
I
I
get
wouldn't
it.
say that the Bible is our only source of interaction with God. I think it is about
Then
your react your interaction with God
But
compared to
the
mine, and
well,
share
see,
that.
that's what I'm saying. So let's break it down for a second. We're saying that we both feel something, right? I think we agree there.
Sure.
Now,
Yes.
how would we go about proving anything else if it wasn't God? Me and you would use tangible things in reality that we both know we can prove, and then come up with a natural reasoning behind why this is real. And that's how me and you would build a society, right? We would 100% build a society off of that. Like if we want to make a building, if we want to build a building, we would use factual things. I would never allow you to be my architect if you just said um, some spirit is going to keep the building up, right?
Right.
Right.
And
So
that's
it's
fair.
like, but hold on,
That's fair.
because
But
if we're going to do that, why do we do this for everything and else in life? Like when we want to build a good society, we're like, yes, use actual things. And then with this, it's like, oh, well, then let's just throw all of that out the window. Let's just pretend now because it makes me feel
one
better.
main reason I say it's because of the human factor. Because we're not basketball courts. We're not guitars. We're not cars. We're not things that we can put together in a way that makes
No, no, but we have ideas, and then
exactly, and
the
that's the
only
problem.
but the only way we can judge our ideas is to put them to the test in reality.
Yes,
Right, like, so
yes,
that's how we know where some when some ideas are good is that, hey, do this happens. Oh, I see that happen. Oh, 10 other people did it and it happens. That's different. Nothing like that works supernatural is one of those things where it's just like, if it didn't work, it's your fault. That's pretty much it when it comes to supernatural things. If you didn't feel it, it's your damn fault. If you didn't hear anything, it's your damn fault. That's not how we build societies. It should be
well,
like, hey, this building didn't stand up. That's not my fault. That was your blueprint. That was
okay, so let's examine it a little bit more in regard to people, and let's not talk so much about inanimate things like
okay.
cars and buildings.
I would say the
Let's
same thing with
talk about,
bringing up your kids.
okay.
Like, so with bringing up your kids, it's the same structure. There would be proven ways of doing certain things, and it'd be different, right? So I would never listen to
Every kid is
somebody.
different.
Wait, what? Sorry.
Every kid is different. We have to
Yeah,
treat
yes,
each kid differently.
100%. But are still certain things. If I'm giving financial advice, I would never say just have faith. Correct?
Mm,
To my kid,
I don't.
I would never say just invest off of faith.
No, I would say do your homework and
Right.
then have faith, and then have
Uh,
faith in the
well,
work that you've done.
all right, I get your point, so I'm not going to harp on it. All right, but
All right, that's fair enough.
it's still to my point that we say go touch something, and touching would be the education part that you're talking about, and I'm talking about. Go actually touch something, find out if it works, and if it works, use it in reality. That is how you build somebody. That's how you build up a child. That's how you create a better human being for the world. But if I were to tell my child, like, hey, investing is important, just go off of your good feeling or go off of your bad feeling, we would both say that is the shittiest advice there is for investing.
For sure. And hmm, I think that what happens is that a lot of people get caught up in the ego and caught up in the greed of trying, and the power, if you will, of of telling people how things should work, because it does make it easier if you just do what I say. It makes things a lot easier. Just trust me on this, okay? And that's the spirit that we're going on. And if we go around saying, well, God says, so we should just do it that way,
Mm-hmm.
then that makes it easier than trying to figure out, well, is your
Oh,
idea good?
yeah.
Is my idea good?
Well,
Should we
part of my
mix his
point here.
idea into it?
That's part of my point here, Buck, is that the easiest thing is just to say God. And the easiest thing is to make up whatever experience you
Right.
had and say God.
Right. And
I don't know why we do that. I mean, I know why we do it. Okay, don't get me wrong. Um, I don't
we,
know how we stop that. It's not healthy.
I don't, and I don't either. And you're right, it's not healthy. And I'll tell you, what are the thoughts that I've come up with is that there are way too many people who are not willing to have these discussions.
Yeah, that's for sure.
There are way too many people who are not willing to who are not willing to make up their own mind about whether that makes sense, whether that helps them in the long run.
I think key here is
Whether it
whether
helps
whether
society.
whether you can prove it, Book. That's important. Like we have to get back to being. You have to prove things, man. If you want it to be in society, excuse me. If you want to keep a private belief, it's whatever to me. I don't care.
Right.
But if you want to bring that into society, even if you want to teach your children, I am saying that you should have to prove things because we would agree on certain
Well,
things. If you teach your children, that's just horrible. So I am saying that like you literally have to prove it. Your children are going to go into society. That's why I think we spoke about this before. I don't talk to my kids about religion. I don't like
right.
my kids do not even watch my stuff. I truly want them to figure it out on their own. All I teach them is investigation.
Well,
That's it. Like that's all
well,
I do.
there's a few
Investigate.
there's a few things that you can do to help them. First of all, say here's something that's outlandish. You can say, well, does that make sense? I mean, come on, let's talk about this. Um, because if you're not
Oh
instructing
no,
them,
no, don't get me
if you're
wrong.
not
Like
giving
I'm talking more
if
about
you're not giving
just
them any insight, then they're going to find it wherever they do. And if they come and say, "Hey,
well,
well, what about this?
this is
How do
specifically
you deal with that?"
about God. Uh,
Right, specifically about God.
and if they ever come questions to me, yes, we talk about it, right? That's different to me. But I don't do what was done to me, where I was literally just born basically and just taught that these things are true,
Right,
right?
and I didn't do that with my kids as they were growing up. I told them, "Look, this is there's a lot of different stories about this," and that's the thing that gets me is that uh, is that a lot of these apologists will say, "Well, that's the way you need to read it. That's the way it's read." And I'm like, "No, I
What
know of a
what else are they supposed to
bunch of
say?
other people who read it differently."
Yeah, that's fair. Well, all right, Buck. We got a couple other people waiting, so I definitely appreciate you calling up. I'm about to take like a short little bathroom break and then get these other people up. Did you have like a last thing to say?
No, man, just keep the faith. Make sure you check out that song.
Yeah, I got it there, man. I'm getting to everything, so I got you, Buck.
I think you'll love that song because it totally hits you right where you're right where you're talking, bud.
All right, man. I'll do that, and I'll let you know when I got a vacation coming up, so I'll probably check it out then. I'll let you know. But I appreciate your support, man. Call back anytime.
Hey, I appreciate you and thanks for letting me talk with you. And I'll talk with you again. And
Oh yeah,
hope
we
we
will.
keep it hope we keep it flowing, man.
Yeah, we will. I love talking, man. So I'll see you around, buddy.
All right, peace,
All right.
brother.
All right. Peace, man. All right, guys. Just give me a moment. I'm going to run to the bathroom. We have Legend that'll be up next. And I will get you up as soon as I get back. It won't be long. So, all right. Be right back, guys. All right. All right, let's get Legend up here. Been waiting a little bit. Let's see what you got to talk about. Hello, how you doing? Make sure you check your microphone settings on Discord. Can't hear you. I'll give you 30 seconds, and then I'll let the other person in while you figure it out. Should be a little microphone icon at the bottom, and then you just select the default microphone. All right, let me drop you down. We're gonna bring up Aman, and then see if they're ready. Hello. All right, dropped out. Legend went to another one. All right. Let me put you back in, Legend. Let's see. You got it fixed?
Yo,
There it
you hear
is. Yeah, we got it. We're good now.
Bro, I don't know. It won't do nothing on my computer game.
What's up, man? What should I call you? What's your name?
Call me Mismatch.
Mismatch. All right. I'm Jay, bro.
Hey, it's good to meet you, gang.
You
Hey,
too,
Jay,
man.
real quick, bro. So I heard you don't believe in my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, gang. What's up with that?
I believe Jesus was real.
Oh, snap! We going to the beliefs? That's
Like,
cool. Hey,
like
so
Jesus
let's run.
was probably a person for sure.
Oh, 100, okay. So you at least believe Jesus Christ is a historical person.
Yeah, just probably not the way you believe. So now,
Okay.
like,
I can't, but you at least believe he was a historical person. Can we at least get there?
yeah, no, I already said that. Yeah,
All right,
I would assume
cool.
so. Yeah, there's nothing wrong
All
with
right,
that.
cool.
There was a lot of
So,
historic people.
all right, cool. So I just want to give you my background. I came from a lot of paganistic practices, and I came to Christ 4 years ago. I was a promoter in the world with like Rich Homie Quan, Funny Marco, and a few other celebs, and I was basically a promoter. So I would be promoting them long time ago. I came to Christ, got on, I had a crystal. I put it outside in the grass. Long story short, I'm trying to kind of skip my testimony.
Okay.
But I put my crystal outside in the grass, got on my knees, and I prayed to God. And I said, God, if you don't want me to have crystal, strike it down by lightning in Jesus' name. I specifically said Jesus' name. And I woke up the
You're
next
not
morning.
about to tell me lightning struck.
I'm dead serious. He struck my crystal. I got a video of it. He struck my crystal down by lightning.
All right.
And what made it crazy is I still tried to ignore him. I still tried to keep it. Like I kept hearing a loud voice in my head that said, "That's not God. That's not God. That's not God." And I said, "Okay." And mind you, I'm trying to ignore all this. Like it's out my
Where
mouth.
was it? Where was this at, man? I don't know,
This was in
bro.
my house. It's at my
Like,
crib.
what year? Like, is there records of this lightning storm?
Yeah, no.
I
I
don't
just
know if you,
woke
I
up
don't
the
know
next
if you're
morning.
messing with me, bro. I don't know if you messing with me.
I have no reason to
All
lie to
right,
you.
all right. Was it
Mind
raining
you,
outside before you went in?
yeah, it was sprinkling outside before as I was going to sleep, and then I woke up the next morning. It was struck, and it was literally struck, bro. And I kid
All
you not,
right.
I tried to ignore it. Went
What
to
if
my bedroom, and
this
then the
would have
first
happened though? Like,
you said what?
what if this would have happened? Like, literally, there was no storms going on, and then it got struck by lightning.
That can't. That's impossible. Scientifically impossible, bro.
Exactly. So would that not be more like, oh shit, something really happened here? Like
Yeah, what's up?
that would be like manna raising falling out of the sky in the desert, right? That's like a God sign.
Yeah,
Pillar of fire at night, uh pillar of smoke in the daytime, right?
yeah,
That's
but
that's some
yeah,
God stuff, right? So
I mean, yeah, I mean, you can say that, but at the end of the day, like, mind you, like, I still tried it. Like, although I saw it being like literally struck,
Yeah,
I
I believe you.
I tried to ignore it. Went to my bedroom, right, and I got on my knees and I said, "Okay, God, I can take care, again." And I basically said that I basically went in my bedroom because I tried to ignore it. And the first went on Instagram. The first thing I saw on Instagram was a video of Philip Anthony Mitchell saying, "If you got crystals, you believe in zodiac signs, you believe in the universe, you going to hell." And I said, "All right, God, you can't show me nothing else." So I threw my crystal in the sewer and I got on my knees, repented for idolatry, gave my life to Christ, bro.
All right. So testimonies is cool, man, and I believe you.
Yeah, I know you're
Every
not real too good. I
no,
know you're not real
everything
heavy
you
on subjective
everything you
testimony.
said, I know, but I do it in a different way because I now understand. And like I said, I'm believing you, like for real, I'm believing you. So I now understand why you would come to that conclusion, right?
Mhm.
Like I can work with
Yeah.
you on that because something happened. We would both agree something happened. Now my problem is everything that you experienced also has some kind of natural explanation. So here's how I work with that, right? It doesn't mean there's no supernatural, but if we're going to figure out and solve a problem, we have to use tools that we can use, and all the evidence would come to like this was something natural, right?
Okay.
You would never have evidence of the supernatural. That would be we have zero
Yeah, I have.
proof of that, right?
Yeah, I have. I have a video of it getting struck, and I'm
No,
pretty
no,
sure if I
this
scroll down into
I'm
my
saying
social media from that time period, it'll
I'm
show the
saying
video.
that no, I'm saying I believe you that literally happened. But I'm saying
Okay.
how do we figure out what caused it?
Yeah. So I'm gonna say this: what's the probability of something? What's the probability of you as a human being being struck by lightning?
I don't even know the percentage. It's better than a lotto, but pretty bad.
Yeah, it's literally almost it's harder than winning the lottery, right?
Yeah, something like that. I get your point.
Okay. All right, cool. So what's the probability of me specifically asking an almighty being to specifically strike down an object? What's the probability of that?
I would say that's like impossible, pretty much.
Almost near impossible, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. What's the probability of not only the item being struck down, but also receiving uh an Instagram post about the item as the first thing you see on Instagram?
Yeah, I'm with you. Keep going.
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like it's like I would have to like completely utterly reject God in order for, you know what I'm saying? Like
So
I would just have to like reject everything, and like that everything that lined up is just almost extremely almost like
no,
probability. Scientific probability is impossible.
you don't have to reject anything because it happened. So you're already accepting the truth of what happened. Now,
Yeah,
what
but
I'm saying is how would we figure out if you were telling the truth, right? What if somewhere in your story you said something that is like
because I have a
truly
video of it.
no. What if you said something that was truly impossible? You didn't say anything that was impossible right there.
Uh-huh.
If you would have told me that during the lightning bolt you saw an alien spaceship, like I believe your story a little bit less. But
Yeah, I get what you're
all you told me was stuff that could happen, bro, for sure. I believe it
saying. Yeah,
happened, bro.
I'm
That's
just
for
telling you
sure.
how I came. I'm just telling you how I came to Christ. Mind you, bro, I was in the world like I had celebrity friends. I have actually got
Yeah,
I've done YouTube videos with my friend with 2 mil. Like I've been
yeah.
there, done that, bro.
No.
I'm just simply telling like I'm
Well,
just
wait.
simply
What?
like when I'm
How does that tie into the
no, I'm
subject
saying
though?
like I like mind you, I'm basically saying that like I was in the world. I
Right,
wasn't
but
focused. I wasn't thinking about a God at all.
do you not think any like I'm not like? Do you think he was a bad person?
When I was in the world,
Yeah.
yeah, I was back then I was Goodness gracious, man. I was treating women like objects. I would host e-dates every night and have a bunch of dudes lust over the women. I was a I was a evil person, bro. I would cuss and
Well, I
man,
mean,
I was in the
that
I
sounds
was in
like
the music industry.
some stuff in the Bible, though.
Yeah, it probably is, but I kind of want to Ash. I know we on me, but I kind of want to get to you. You feel me?
Well, you're supposed to be showing me this proof here, man.
Yeah, I'm here to give you evidence of God. That's what I'm here for. So
Right
I'm talking about
now, but
my subjective experience.
I'll allow you to ask me some questions, though. Go ahead.
All right, cool. So, in let's go here. So, in the Bible, in the book of Genesis, God limits all human life. He at first humans were living up to like 900, 800, 500. He limits all human life. Mind you, he predicts this 6,000 years in advance.
Who
So he
predicted
limits
it?
all human. Yeah, God. He predicts all human life to be 120.
Okay, so if we find one person over 120, it's wrong, right?
The only person you'll ever find that is above 120 is Jean Clement. And Jean Clement, she actually, if you look at her thing, she was a hypothetical liar. I have documents in CBN. She was basically going out and she was trying to do insurance fraud. It's on CBN and it was reported. So if you can find anybody else that lived above 120 through verifiable research outside of Jean Clement, I'll concede.
Over 120? Wait, outside of the person that did it?
Yeah, because she's a known liar. Like she lied for insurance fraud. He was caught.
I mean, you making me laugh, bro. That's kind of funny. Like, I don't get the person that did it.
Yeah, and also we also have scientific backing that all human cells, according to the Hayflick limit, all human cells die at the age of 120. So it's a scientific impossibility. That's how I know, number one, from the CBN and from other networks that she was lying, and also saw the scientific data of how she lied.
All
She
right.
didn't lie just about that. She also lied about her grandmother's age.
Hey, I got you because I'm about to flip this on you. You better be ready. All right, because if you're saying there was a history of lies from her, so I should not believe it, bro, we got to throw out the Bible. Multiple. We got to throw out the Bible now. Because
throwing out the Bible?
Because there's a lot of contradictions and lies in the Bible. So
if I deal with my first claim, brother, can you deal with my first claim, please?
Well, that is it. I am saying that if I can't use the evidence because the lady might have been a liar, when we start talking about the Bible, are you gonna hold that same standard?
Man, come on, run it, bro. Run it.
All right, but I just want us to agree. I just want us to agree on that.
Yeah, we can go all in the Bible all you want to. It ain't gonna do nothing to me.
But are we gonna agree that if there's some lies, we should trust it less?
There's some. If there is, I wouldn't say lies, but if you do see some scribal errors, I wouldn't have a problem with it. It doesn't affect the main point of Christianity.
Then can I say that this lady lived 120 years based off of that? Then you got to give me leeway on this. That there is one person that lived 120 years that we know of.
No, I'm saying, do you have multiple or anybody else outside that lady? Because we know for a fact, and I can send you the document in your DMs, she didn't lie just about that. She lied about multiple other things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We just got to hold that same standard. That's all.
Yeah. She said her grandmother was flying a plane, and she lied about that. She said that she lied about her mom and dad's birthday. She lied about a lot of other things. That's why I'm saying, it's not just that.
Yeah, okay. I'm just saying, I just want this same detailed scrutiny when we start talking about Bible.
Yeah, give me verifiable evidence of somebody else that who
no.
Above
I just quickly looked it up, and she is the one on the top. The next one was 119.
Exactly. No, that means specifically God predicts all human life at the age of 120. He accurately predicts it. And he states that all human beings will live.
Oh, I know the subject, or not the subject. I know that line because I used to look up the ages of people when I read that. So you probably did what I did too on that one. All right, so
absolutely.
I want the same scrutiny though when we start talking about the Bible.
That's cool. We can go all in the Bible, but I just want to also make it clear. I'm not really trying to.
You cut out. All right, when you get back, let me know. I hope your phone ran out. You didn't run away on me there, because we was about to go to the Bible, and I wanted you to be just as harsh on your own Bible as you were about this age, because I could have made up some stuff. I could have said, hey, this person that's 119 really could have been 120. They just got the month wrong. All right. Let me know if you get back. We're gonna bring up Amnon. Aman. Sorry, Aman. If you get back in, Legend, let me know. Aman, are you ready to have a chat? Aman. Let me know if I'm saying that right. 1, 2, 3. Check. 1, 2, 3. Anonymous, why they calling you a bot, bro? What you out there doing, man? Don't be upsetting people, bro. All right, Aman is not ready to go. Or hold on, their mic went off. Maybe they're ready now. Hello? Hello? All right, Legend's back, so. All right. He's back. You good? Hold on. Why can't I hear you on this one? No, I hear you, but I don't see your. It's not popping up on the. Oh, there it go. There it go.
All right. Bet. So now, I also want to let you know, because I know you were asking an important question to a brother, and the brother couldn't respond to you. You know what I'm saying? So how do we know if an individual says he has the Holy Spirit? Well, how do we know if an individual experienced God? Another person can experience God. Another person can experience God. And the Bible says in Job 33 verse 14 that God talks to people in multiple ways through dreams, visions, and near-death experiences, right? So, and if you continue reading Job 33, he tells the individual specific things of what they will see. So he talks about it's pretty much hell. He warns them. God warns the individuals of hell.
Yeah, but how do we know? How do we know what happened is true though?
Right. So what I want you to do when you get a chance, type in whenever you get a chance after this debate, type in hell, jail cell, near death experience, and you're going to see a consensus of almost 50 plus people testifying the same thing. That is not a coincidence at all. That's a scientific impossibility.
I'll look into it, but I don't know how this is proving our stuff here.
It's 50. It's almost 50 up to 1,000 plus people telling you the same thing about hell.
Well, that would just tell me that I have a little echo from you, by the way.
Oh, my fault.
That would just be telling me that as they're other human beings and we happen to have the same dreams and the same kind of experiences.
No, they're from different religions, and they're not just saying.
Yeah, but they're people, right?
Yeah, but they're from different. Majority of these dudes are from different religions, and they're all experiencing God.
Oh, I said
the same way. So.
Yeah, but you realize that we see things really similarly, right?
No, you didn't hear my criteria. Dreams, visions, and near-death experiences.
Are you able to turn up your end on Discord? Like there should be yeah. They say you're low.
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah. Dreams, visions, and near-death experiences.
Dreams, visions, and near-death experiences.
Yeah, and and the criteria is like it's crazy how close it is. That's what I'm saying. Like, look up hell jail cell NDE, and you're going to, and mind you, near death experience or hell jail cell visions or hell jail cell dreams. Either or, you're going to see the same thing,
Okay.
and it's crazy how accurate
How
it is.
how do we know that what they're seeing is true? Let's say that they're
Because
all seeing it, right?
Yeah,
They're
they're
all
all gonna tell you. They're all gonna say that it's pitch black. They're all gonna say
no,
that
no,
it's
no, no, no.
extremely hot.
Say they are all seeing the same thing. How does that prove what they're seeing is real?
Right. So it proves it's real based off the Bible's criteria. So in Job 33 verse 14, it kind of gives you kind of hints and detailed bits and pieces of detail. It's saying, hey, uh, like I gotta open up my Bible, bro. I gotta like read it to you. But if you do you have your Bible open? It sounds like
Uh,
you.
yeah, we can always look it up though. What you need to
All
look
right, all
up?
right. So just
You know the
read
verse?
up on Job 33 verse 14.
I love Job. We need to really talk about Job.
Yeah, we can talk about Job.
I don't know. You're not gonna like it because God is an asshole in Job.
He ain't no asshole. He trying to flex his most powerful servant, bro.
By letting his family get destroyed, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man, all
And
right,
no,
we're
no,
gonna talk
God
about
doesn't. And
Job.
God doesn't let his family get destroyed. Satan was the one
Nah,
who did
man.
it to him.
Satan. Here's the thing about Satan,
So
bro.
wait. So wait. Do you at least concede that it was Satan that did it?
God does everything because the Bible tells me that God is in control.
No, bro. See, this is
Nothing
where you
happens.
see.
Nothing happens without God's permission.
No, that's incorrect. That's incorrect.
Wait,
So
you think something happens without God's permission?
human beings have free will. So if God steps in, right? Let's just hypothetically say on this
God
regard.
steps in all the time,
Not all the time, no.
like a lot. In no longer now because now we need it. But in the Old Testament, when they were making up these stories, God shows up all the time.
Yeah, so it's funny enough, we have a distinction. Um, you do see God show up to his people. So the individuals are like in war. Modern times, Israel, like, let me give you an example. In the book of Deuteronomy, right? Deuteronomy, the government, right? They had laws they have governing laws over individuals of how they govern. Does God approve it? Or does the human beings establish these laws?
Yeah, but there's tons of times God steps in. How do you know, or how
Okay,
can,
absolutely, he does. There's times when people pray and God answers.
or not? Like, think about the flood. Did anybody pray for the
Absolutely,
flood?
absolutely. Well, you're absolutely God's will was to because people were living in sin and they were doing a bunch of things.
Yeah, whatever the reasons, right? God does not. God stops free will when God wants to. That was the point.
Okay, so when it comes to certain instances, right? Like, for example, I don't know. What's a good example would be Paul, right? God wanted Paul to come to him, so he gave him an opportunity to come to him, right?
Yeah, but Paul had to come. Wait, Paul had to come to him, just like Judas had to betray Jesus.
He didn't. He could have been like Pharaoh and rejected him.
No, Judas. Like, all of these people had to do it for the story to continue. You think Judas could have not did it?
Yeah, he literally rejected Jesus Christ.
No, Judas had to turn in Jesus, right? That's part of the story.
He could have repented, but he was filled by Satan and he didn't want to.
No, but did he have to do the act though?
Yeah, well, he didn't want to do it in the first place.
So wait, so you're saying, do you get my point? Hold on.
No, I don't think you're tracking. So Judas, right? He didn't want to follow God in the first place at all. Like,
but he did.
He was filled in his heart by Satan.
Oh, that's not in the story.
Yeah, it literally says it. I'll give you the verse.
You talking about like after? Or do you like Mark? You don't like Mark, do you?
No. I'm gonna read to you the verse. If my computer will actually do this.
You know what's funny though? I think you're still gonna hear my point because
Luke 23 and Luke 13 says the same thing.
yeah, Luke.
Then Satan entered Judas.
What about Mark? What does Mark say?
Can you read it?
No, I'm asking. Like, does Mark mention this, or does Luke mention it? One of the later gospels.
Luke mentions it, but why does that matter?
Because you can see like a progression in the stories from Mark on, right? Like they start adding on to what Mark said because Mark was actually the earliest, so they use Mark and then they add on to a lot of the story. So I was just curious on that part.
Oh, you straight. So typically everything that was recorded was written down the best possible way by the scribes, and we do have kind of like an apostolic witnesses that
yeah, once they wrote it down, they did well once they wrote it down, but
yeah. So
we don't really know if there's this is actually original.
You good. That's why I'm just proving you claimed out the Bible. Like 120 claim from Genesis, and I'm proving you like literally you can look it up in Joel 33 verse 14 and type in jail cell NDE, and you will see the same thing that the Bible's talking about.
Well, my problem with that, the problem with the second part is that means people would have heard about this.
Yeah, they have, and they testified on it, and people also said I've also experienced the same thing. I literally have a brother I prayed for.
Right, like if I have a dream right now, like say me and you, like I'm gonna have dreams about stuff that I've heard about. Right.
Right, but we're talking about so an individual can have a dream, but it's literally almost a near impossibility for 50 plus people to have the same dream.
All right, let's just look it up right now. You said hell.
And different dreams and visions and NDEs. We're not talking about dreams by itself. We're talking about dreams,
I get you.
And NDEs.
Now remember, my question still was: say all of this was happening. I know you're saying it's in the Bible, but the Bible was also written by human beings.
Right, so it was inspired by God. And by the way, so
we don't have proof that it was inspired by God, man.
Yeah, so we do.
How?
Okay, let me show you. So Moses records the entire Old Testament. The entire Old Testament. God gives.
Wait, do you think Moses was real?
Yeah, he was a real historical person.
Moses.
Yes, Jesus was a historical person. If you believe Jesus was a historical person, come on.
No, you can believe Jesus, but Moses?
Why is that illogical? Like, I want you to understand, majority of everything you see throughout the Bible is historical.
So, they have places that are historical. Some wars are historical.
Let me show you. This Christianity was never. It never.
Yeah, but
originated. We didn't wait. Listen, we didn't originate from Christianity. Like, we originated from the Jews at first.
Yeah, that's religion. I get the story, man. I get the story. But my point is, just because they had historical things does not make it true. You know, like I know you agree with that.
100% agree. 100% agree. Some can be historical, but not true. Like, we know this, but I'm specifically telling you though, right? This religion was never a Christian. Like, it wasn't. It didn't originate. We at first were Jews, and then it became Christians. We eventually became Christians because of what Christ did. At first, we used to sacrifice. The Jews used to sacrifice in the temple, and they would kill animals for the forgiveness of sins, and it'll be like and it'll be ongoing. So God sends His Son Jesus Christ into the world to die on the cross for the forgiveness of sins, and now we no longer do it,
brother. I
repent anywhere.
I know the story, man.
Okay, but here's something interesting though that I don't think you understand.
Okay.
Buddhists, the Buddhists, Muslims, Hindus, and all these other religions out there are telling you to be a good person and you will reach nirvana, or be a good person.
I'm saying none of them know what's going to happen after we die. Nobody.
Okay, but here's the thing though. They all say the same thing. If you be a good person, you can enjoy paradise, or if you be a good person, you can enjoy reincarnation.
You know why that makes sense to me though? It's that like human beings.
Wait, hold on real quick. Multiple people are saying that. But Christianity is the only religion where it's like, no, you're not good. You're a sinner and you need a savior.
Wait, why is that good?
Because it tells you, the individual, what's wrong with humanity.
I think that's a sad way of thinking, bro.
I mean, well, the Bible says, "With much knowledge comes grief," and all these other religions say, "With much knowledge comes happiness." Just because you know about a billion things, if you knew about everybody's suffering, pain, and agony of what's going on, you would not be a happy person.
If you
There's
could do anything about it, yeah, sure.
Okay,
If you could do something about it, it would turn
you still
into.
wouldn't be a
It
happy.
would be
You
good.
still wouldn't be if you knew how many people. I can't say it on here because YouTube.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you.
But if you knew about everybody, what everybody's going through right now, everywhere, all over the world,
Sure.
you're one individual.
Yeah. If I could,
Right.
remember the key was if I could do something about it, it all of a sudden turns
you could do
into
something
good.
about it, but it wouldn't. You would really realize, dang, this world is corrupt.
Yeah, but that makes sense to me
And
on
then,
hold on.
you will also
That
realize
makes
there's people protecting the
well, hold
good
on.
people.
Yes, that all makes sense on a naturalistic world. It makes sense that the chaos is there. It doesn't make sense if there's an all-loving being looking down, watching all of this happen. That's when it doesn't make sense.
Because God allows individuals free will to make the conscious decision.
Then why didn't God allow you to choose to come here?
You said what?
Why didn't God allow you to choose to be here, period?
No, I'm here because of my own free will. That's all.
No. You're here because God created Adam and Eve, according to what you're saying.
Wait, what are you?
I'm saying why, like,
off.
no, why didn't God allow me to choose to be in the game? God just created everything. That's taken away free will.
Your lingo is hold on. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to track you right now because maybe I'm not tracking. Are you saying God put us in this world of corruption, so therefore there is no free will?
I am saying if it is about free will, why didn't God grant the ultimate free will, which was choosing to play this game?
There is no game.
This is a game. Obviously, it's a game because God already knows the outcome and chose to do this anyway.
Yeah. So when an individual,
No. Remember, start from the beginning, brother.
Okay. Well,
the beginning. None of us exist.
Human beings. So
remember, no. We don't exist yet.
Okay.
God, it's just God and whatever you think God is. God knew what was going to happen to us and still did it.
Okay, so
that's not giving me free will.
So God, with his foreknowledge, I get what you're trying to say. God, with his foreknowledge, creates human beings. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He creates human beings, and those human beings, he wanted to create human beings above the angels. That's his first. That's his first step.
Why did God create anything, brother?
So yeah, he created humans above, and he put them above the angels. Like we have.
Why? But he knew.
Because he loves.
Well, no, we didn't exist yet. We didn't exist.
Well, I'm telling you, his start was he wanted to create human beings, and he wanted to put them above the angels.
So is God not perfect?
Yeah, he's all perfect.
So if God's perfect, why does he want to create human beings?
Because he wanted to put them above the angels.
What does perfect mean to you? Perfect means to me that you don't need anything.
No, bro. So perfect means when God is all perfect, all powerful,
mm-hmm.
It's good and just. That's why his name is I am. I am who I like. That's why the Almighty Yahweh is I am who I am.
Yes, you're still not answering me why God needs anything.
Yeah, because he wanted to create human beings. He wanted to create human
beings. Use the right word. God. God wanted to, and it did not matter what I wanted. That's not free will.
So you do. It does matter what you want. If today you wanted to go eat chicken, right?
No.
Ability. Wait. So today you wanted to go eat chicken. Do you not have the free will to go get some chicken from?
That's not the same.
What's not the same? So are you unable to get chicken?
No, you're not. You're not hearing me because I am saying that I did not choose to be alive. God did that.
That's a blessing. It's a blessing you're alive.
But you just said you said free will is the most important thing.
Yeah. So
then God did not allow me to choose to be here. God just said, "Hey, you're going to be here." I did not go to God before I was born and say, "Hey, God, I want to go down there." Right?
Yeah. So majority of that is scientifically your family, because your family is the one that got you, like.
So
Your
is
family
God
is
in
the one.
control or no?
Yeah, God is in control.
So then that's what I'm saying, brother.
Yeah, God is in control in the aspect that He created humanity.
Did God know I would be existing here, sitting here talking to you?
Yeah, I can.
Uh,
Yeah, why not?
Then that's what I mean. So God knew I would be here. God did not give me a choice.
Yeah, He gave you a choice to choose. So you have. So your family, your family.
All right.
I can't say it on. I'm not gonna say it on here because it's
Can you? Maybe this is what you need to hear. What did God not give me a choice on? There is something. I'm gonna say it that way. Tell me what God did not give me a choice on.
I don't know what you're referencing.
I mean, there's only one answer. What did God not allow me to choose? There's only one answer.
You can choose.
Actually, two answers. Sorry, two answers.
Well, you tell me, because you.
Okay, so I am saying that I choose to be born.
Are you complaining? Are you complaining like because you're refusing like you're?
This isn't a complaint. This is you telling me that God loves or not loves. God, it's one of the most important things to God is free will.
Yeah. So is free will a bad thing?
You're not answering my question here. Free will. So I choose.
We gotta establish.
Just it's
because you're making a complaint. Hold on, you're making.
No, this isn't a complaint. I like my life.
Then what? Then what's the issue?
But you are saying it's about free will. I am saying you're missing the fact that God did not grant the ultimate free will. God did not say, "Hey Jay, do you want to go to Earth?"
Oh, you wanted to be on a planet?
No, I am saying God did not ask me at all. You're like I don't know why you're not hearing this. God did not ask me at all.
Well, then why are you blaming God for where God gave your family life and your family created you?
Because we both already agreed that nothing happens without God knowing it's going to happen.
Okay, just because God knows something does not dictate the action of which is going to happen. So, for
cool.
example,
I'll grant you that. But what if God? If God does it knowing that thing's going to be in pain and suffering, you say that's good, I say that's bad.
Okay, so pain and suffering is depends on what you're referencing. So pain and suffering is, for example, if you got done dealing with a breakup, right? Let's just say I'm just gonna give you a hypothetical.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible talks about a woman that's in the world yelling, nagging, fussing, etc. And the Bible tells you to stay away from those type of women, right? It says those women are like similar to like leaky roofs.
All right, okay. There's somebody we want to stay away from. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm just. No, we good. So the Bible's basically saying to stay away from like loud women, promiscuous women, all these other things. Right?
That's you yourself said that this is bad talk. By the way, I just want to hit on that. You said the way the Bible treats women is bad. So just want to hit on that.
Women led.
Woman has led. I'll let you finish, and then we'll jump on to the. We'll jump on that. Yeah. Go ahead.
Deborah led a lot of. If I'm not mistaken, led a lot of.
We'll get to the Bible on women. It's pretty bad.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm familiar with your verses in Deuteronomy. So when it comes to what God has established, right? Okay. When it comes to what God has established, hey, if you wanted to like ignore the word of God and say, you know what, I'm gonna go out and date a woman who's loud, promiscuous, and all, etc., and you end up with that woman and she cheats on you, whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? It's your fault. Wait, hold on. Whose fault? It's your fault, right?
You're way off on this one, man.
Now you're tracking. Finally. So now you're gonna understand, right? That if you win against what the word of God said, told you to stay away from these type of women. It tells you to find a godly woman, a woman that don't cuss, don't cheat, etc. Right? A woman that cares about God, that'll pray for you, that take care for you. Hold on. Listen.
Wait. You know we're talking about free will, though. We're talking about free will.
I'm gonna get there. So out of your own free will, you chose to ignore the word of God, and you said, "I'm gonna do what I want to do." You get cheated on, your heart hurt, you don't feel good, right? And because you're getting broken, that's suffering. So now the individual is suffering, You having a you crying every
All right.
day. You constantly thinking about every day.
What
for
about
something that you shouldn't have not even got into in
what
the first
about
place?
all right, let's take out adults. What about the children that don't have a choice?
The Bible, what you mean?
they're just,
The Bible's writing.
no,
The
like
Proverbs
children.
is writing. The
Children,
Proverbs is
children.
writing to children. Exactly. The Proverbs is writing to children.
No. Remember, we're talking
Revelation.
about we're talking about pain and suffering.
That's
They
what we're talking about.
They don't have a free will. They just have to live until they're either grown up or they die.
Age. Define the age of children. I know like 8-year-olds with girlfriends.
No. I'm not talking about dating women, bro. I'm talking about the suffering part, like period. Yeah. So I'm saying like what about those children? You're saying free will is the thing. If like I have a 5-year-old, that 5-year-old is going to bend to whatever the hell I want. Right? So now there's bad parents, right?
I don't understand. So is that God's fault or the parents' fault?
It's God's fault because you said God only cares about free will, but he doesn't care about the victim's free will?
Wrong. So if the individual is in the household that believes in Jesus Christ, that is actively praying for, hypothetically speaking.
Wait, do you only think that God only helps? Wait, hold on.
He helps many people, bro. He helps many people. So
okay, but why do you keep bringing up believers though? I'm saying like anybody. Like it's not the child's fault if they grow up in a non-believer's house, right?
I grant it, but
okay.
The problem, but what I'm
so God's not protecting that child, bro.
Yeah, the individuals. Okay, number one, the individuals in the household are do have bad circumstances. Many people, even in the Bible, who grew up in bad circumstances.
Why doesn't God help them? Why didn't God help them?
They have name me one person in the Bible that grew up in a bad circumstance.
No. I'm talking about real life people right now.
He does. Eventually, they turn to Christ later on in their life.
No, there's tons of kids that are dying right now in a circumstance that me and you were talking about.
God uses believers like me and a few other believers all around the world, right? Because the purpose of Christianity is to imitate Jesus Christ. The purpose of Christianity is to not live for myself.
No.
Go back in.
Why isn't God do anything about it? No, you're not. You're not.
No, you're not tracking. You're not tracking.
Late.
Purpose of I gotta lay down the ground before I can go.
I need you. Hold on, brother. Just hold on, man. Hold on. I need you to answer this.
If I answer, I explain it.
Yes, but answer first, and then yes, sure. Why doesn't God?
Because he uses believers to do it. That's the point.
What does God do then? What does God do? No. What does God do?
I'm gonna explain it.
God does nothing.
Yes, he does. Can I tell you? Once Jesus Christ dies on the cross, the Holy Spirit was poured out amongst believers. Those believers now have the Holy Spirit inside of them, not to live for themselves no more.
You literally just saying other
people.
You're saying people are the only things that can do anything. That's all you're saying.
It's too wrong. You're not tracking again. You're not letting me lay down the ground rule, and you just cutting me off when I try to point a point.
I'm letting you talk. I'm letting you talk. But I am letting you talk. Don't act like I'm not letting you talk.
No, but you're cutting me off every time I try to explain a point. That's what I'm saying, brother. All due respect. So I'm just simply saying this, and you can ask me whatever you want to. Jesus Christ dies on the cross. The Holy Spirit is poured out amongst believers, those who believe in him, right? Once the Holy Spirit is poured out amongst believers, the believers then go to go to places in Nigeria, go to places in Africa to pray for the people, give them food, give them, fund them to build churches and fund their houses and fund them and do all these things and actually pay and donate to them. And most worldly people are no different than Satan. They're focused on themselves. So
I would congratulate those people, by the way.
Okay, listen. The worldly people who do not follow God are the individuals who are actively living for themselves. They're not they're not thinking about Jesus Christ and putting themselves first to live for other people every day. They're living for themselves every day, which is Satanism. In Satanism, they believe do as thy will. So they're not
all of that's cool, man.
I'm here to listen. So they're not thinking about, I'm going to help for this person. I'm going to give to this person. I'm going to donate my money to this person. I'm going to fund XYZ. I'm going to pray for this individual. I'm going to give him medicine or give him food if he needs it. I'm going to give
all
him
of this is fine, man.
Clothes if he needs it. Okay, but here's the thing: a worldly people who's focused on themselves do not do that. So you as an individual might do it 1 or 2 times. The Christian does this every day. We live that life.
Yeah.
That's the difference between an individual who
And
does
guess
not believe in
what?
God and a believer who does. So God uses
You
God fills us with
are you ready now? Are
I'm
you ready?
gonna say this and be done. God fills us with the Holy Spirit, which is God, and God constantly convicts us not to sin and go
All
back
right.
into the world to focus on ourselves, but to help other people, pray
Okay.
for people, and help other individuals.
All right.
That's all I'm saying. Go ahead.
Now, what I am saying to you, the only thing that you have shown me that has done anything are people.
Wrong.
God has
Wrong.
done zero. Even in your story,
I said.
you're
You didn't
using.
listen to
Hold
a
on,
word
because
I said.
I let you talk, so now you're gonna let me talk. All right.
Go ahead, but you didn't
So,
listen.
yes, I did, because every part of your story was people did this. I say God did it. People
Why did
did
God?
this. I say
Why did the
God.
people do it?
At
Why
one,
did the
at
people do it?
there, people have reasons for doing a lot of things.
No.
Does that make it right? Does that make it
No,
right?
I'm just simply asking you, why did I say the people have a desire to do it in the first place? Why? Because God did what?
The sacrifice.
Not just that, God did what?
God didn't do anything. That is my point,
No,
brother.
that's what I'm saying. You didn't track. So
No,
I said
no.
after Jesus Christ, listen.
All right, hold on, time out. Because here's how this works. Every claim you make, right? Like I'm feeling your passion now, so now I'm gonna be passionate back. Because you hold on, brother, because you have not. I am like I'm playing this game with you about God being real, and you have had zero proof of God being real. So I see you on the next level, right? So that's fine. But usually how this works is you would need to even prove that God is real. I was working with you on the stories because the stories don't make any sense. So I like to play that game with most people because I'll just pretend that God is real and the stories still don't make sense.
Beautiful. So
okay.
You don't have to
So
believe in the story.
now
I gave you scientific data to back what I set up.
No,
And also you didn't track
science cannot prove God.
It literally proves to you of what he prophesied.
No, everything that you explained is explained by natural things.
Right. So 6,000 years ago, God prophesied later on that human has a.
What about all the things wrong in it?
Okay, you can point 1,000 things of what you think is wrong.
And what are you going to say to that, though?
You haven't brought me not one good good claim at all. In
okay,
fact,
here's the first claim. Here's the first claim.
Wait. Let me say this first. I said earlier that Jesus Christ died on the cross for the forgiveness of sins, and he poured the Holy Spirit. And that's one thing.
All right. When did Jesus die? Since we want to go there.
Around 33 AD.
No, what time?
Around 33 AD.
No, like the day, time of day.
Well, it's storm, so we're talking about probably the afternoon.
Okay, so which gospel says the afternoon?
It shows. So if you're gonna go in which gospel, I know where you're getting at this. So yeah, it shows.
Which gospel?
What do you mean? Which?
Why is it? And since you know, just go ahead and answer. Go ahead and give me, because all you're gonna do is give me an excuse. Why are the gospels different in the time that Jesus was crucified?
Because you don't know the context.
There you go. There's your excuse. Keep going.
It's not.
And then we're gonna go to the next one, because all you're gonna do is give me excuses.
Give me the verses and I'll tell you the context. What's the context?
All right. So in let's say Jesus is still with Pilate at 9 a.m. So Mark has Jesus crucified on the third hour at 9 a.m. Right? You got that one?
Which verse?
So we got Mark, darkness comes from the 6th hour, so the 3rd hour. You have to go through like Mark 15 through 37, I think.
Mark 15.
Like Mark 15, 25 through 37.
Okay.
Yeah.
I go ahead.
So what's the hour there?
Mark, I'm pulling it up. Mark 15, verse 37.
Yeah, just reading those 15. Start at 15:25.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Discord crash. It says final moments of Jesus' earthly life during the. Oh, hold on. Yeah, my just frozen. Yo, E, give me my Bible in my from my room. Give me 1 second. Let me go get my.
Yeah, you good, bro? Yep. How y'all doing out there? We had a couple of people waiting. Another person's waiting, but they ended up leaving. And then the other person's in there just sitting there. I brought them up like twice, so they didn't come up. I'll see if after we're done here with the next person gives a. I mean, I like the conversation.
All right.
All right.
You said Mark what?
Yeah, so we got Mark 15:25. It should talk about the third hour and they crucified him. So that's like about 9 a.m. And then you have John, which says the sixth hour, which is around noon. So John 19:14 compared to Mark 15:25.
Yeah. So let's start with the context. Mark 15. The context starts in 14. Thing will stop. Okay. Bro, dude, I kid you not. I can share my screen. I hit the refresh button. I can't. Me and my brother don't have our Bibles.
Oh, you want me to put the verse on the? I can put the verse up here.
Yeah,
Yeah. I got a little notepad up here. Hold on.
Like, can you share your screen on Discord?
Oh, it's because I already. Oh, you don't have the stream up.
No, I don't. I'm not seeing nothing, bro. Every time I open up my Bible, it just says page is having a problem. Try to come back later.
All right, let's see.
I don't know if the Bible app's down.
Yeah, I got too much on here.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
All right.
Take some of these tabs off.
I can read it. You want what? You want Mark 14?
Yeah, starting 14. Read verse 66 into the next chapter.
6. All right. 1466. And as Peter was beneath in the palace, there cometh one of the maids on the high priest of the high priest. Then it jumps to here. Wait, why are we reading all this? But he denied, saying, I don't know, neither understand. Oh, I don't like this KJV. I hate this KJV, bro.
It's old English, bro.
Yeah.
It's like medieval times.
All right, so then it talks about Jesus denying again.
Put it in the do you care which version?
Nah, I don't care. This says KJV.
Throw it in the AMP.
MP?
Throw it AMP.
Yeah, AMP. All right, AMP. Crap, what verse was that again? 1466. All right, let me pull it up on the screen here. We can do it this way. All right. Here. I think that works.
Mind you, I can't
All right,
share.
there.
Are you sharing?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it on Discord. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So Peter's denial, right?
Mhm.
All right. So while Peter was down below in the courtyard, one of the servant girls of the high priest came, and when she saw Peter warming himself, she looked intently at him and said, "You were with Jesus, the Nazarene, too." But he denied it, saying, "I know neither nor understand what you're talking about." Then, all right, I know these Peter denials. Okay, I don't think we got to read through the Peter denials.
Okay.
I mean, I know this. I think you
Okay,
know
yeah.
this too.
Read in. Keep reading.
Which part now?
No, I'm saying just read. Just read into. Wait, what are you doing?
This is 66, Mark 14,
Yeah,
66.
and read read 70 on down into the next chapter. Just click read full chapter. Into the next chapter.
All right. Oh, damn, it's way down here. All right. I thought you said it's going to be full. This is 66.
Yeah. Read on down.
All right. But again, he denied it. And after all, a little while, the bystanders again said to Peter, "You are in fact one of them, for you are a Galilean too." But he began to invoke curse and to swear, "And I do not know this man you are talking about." A rooster crowed the second time, and Peter remembered. Jesus says, "Yeah, I remember this. For a rooster crows twice, you will deny me 3 times." I think, and thinking of this, he began weeping. Yeah, okay. You remember we're talking about Jesus being crucified, right? Did your mic cut off? I think you're gone, bro.
Hello.
Oh, there you go.
Hang on, gang. My whole you got to see what I got to read you. My whole Discord just crashed on. What's going?
All right, so now answer the why is there a difference in the time of day?
Bro, I cannot even see anything. Hello.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I guess you have to hop back in when you can, bro.
Give me 1 sec, bro. I gotta read you. I gotta task manager close this stuff out. Give me one.
What y'all talking about out there? Let's see. The Book of Eli movie. Oh, I can't catch up. There's too much going on. Hope y'all doing all right. We got a little bit longer. All right, he had to drop out, or maybe he changed his name. We got a Bible Blaster. We'll have them come in, I guess. Let me make sure Legend. He went out in another one. Did you mean it? You there?
Yeah, look in the live stream chat. That's I think he coming up.
The live stream chat. All right.
My whole Discord is knocked out.
All right. Well, we'll continue this another time, man. I'll take a look at these verses and I'll get into the context. I'll be on again tomorrow, man. So just come back tomorrow. We'll go deeper into this.
All right, bro. God bless you.
All right, brother. Take care, man. All right. We'll get back to that tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow again, and I'm interested to go over the contradictions in the Bible. That's exciting for me. So we'll do that tomorrow. I got a Bible Blaster. We're gonna see what they want to talk about. Yeah, that audio was a little too low. Hey, how's it going? No Bible Blaster? Bible Blaster once? Bible Blaster twice? Sold. All right. I know Discord can be a little tough for some people. And yeah, we'll talk about it tomorrow. I personally think there's quite a few contradictions and quite a few just wrong things. And well, how about that? We'll go ahead tomorrow. You bring your lists. I'll bring my lists, and that'll be fun. All right. So, anyone else that wanted to have a little chat? If not, it is almost time for me to go eat. Been not a bad little stream. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Had a couple callers, so that's good. Channel's still growing, so that's good. I do want to try to knock out a video for tomorrow. I just realized I don't have a video for tomorrow. Yeah, that's one thing to work on, Legend, is to get that audio for Discord up because I think it was pretty low. So just you can watch this back and see. Yeah, that's all good, man. Thank you. Hey, Bible Blaster, I couldn't hear you. I can bring you back up if you wanted to have a chat. Yeah. Here, I'll bring you back up. You just got to have your mic on. What's up, man? You there? Mic check, mic check. Hit the little icon with the microphone at the bottom, input options. Make sure that's selected. Hey, whoever didn't hit that like, I don't see 100% on the like button. How y'all gonna say no? Y'all hit that damn button. Barber, Bible Blaster. Yeah, I'll give you about a minute because you're gonna be my last chat. Let me know when you're ready, or just talk when you're ready because you're in the queue. So, besides that, you guys make sure to go check out the video for today, please. I think tomorrow we'll just have some stream highlights that I'll post for tomorrow. I won't have time to make a video. There was a reaction I wanted to do, but I don't think I'm gonna have time. We'll see after I eat. See how I feel after I eat. You know, once you eat, you get that extra burst. Did I tell you I got a vacation coming up? So once the vacation hits, I'll be streaming more and trying to get more videos out. So that'll be fun. We already did our 2K subscribers celebration the last stream. So it's continuing to grow. Every day I see the numbers going up. So thank you guys for sharing the content and letting people know about the space. That's pretty cool. Bible Basher. I've been saying Blaster. Bible Blaster. You should change your name to Blaster now. Are you there, bro? Or miss, our sister? I'll be on tomorrow too, so feel free to jump back on tomorrow, same time, 4 o'clock MST. Give you about one more minute. And it's literally probably going to your audio settings and making sure oh wait, I see somebody. Now you just got to unmute your mic. Nothing yet. Sorry. Uh, whatever your default mic is, make sure you select it in the Discord. I don't know what to tell you, bro. It's I can't do it for you. It's pretty easy. I don't know. Make sure you don't have any other USB devices plugged into your computer that have a microphone. Like my PlayStation controller does that, by the way. You can here, let me try this real fast. I'm gonna try to call you directly to see if that changes anything. Let's see if that helps. All right, nope. Yeah. All right, I don't know. I was curious to interested to talk to you. So you can hop back into the here, I'll put the link for you again and we'll try it one more time. He said ghetto. Oh god. Oh, he said ghetto. Oh Lord. Make me choke over here, man. It's okay. If you want to try again tomorrow. So yeah. I'm gonna come on tomorrow for sure. So if you jump on tomorrow, we'll like probably jump on early if you can. It's whatever. But come back tomorrow and we'll try have a conversation. It's gonna be the same subject. So we'll do that. It's pretty easy. So I would have somebody call you or whatever and get it fixed because I guarantee you if you went to your audio settings in Windows and make sure to make whatever mic you're trying to use your default mic and then go to window or then go to Discord and do the same thing. Oh, you're back. All right. We're going to try again. Let's see. Hello.
Okay, this is my last.
Oh.
My last.
Oh yeah.
Hear me.
That works. Ooh, my bad. I had you up loud. Golly. That was
Wasn't working for some reason. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. I just got to turn you down because I had you way too high.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. All right, I think you're good now. All right, man. What's your name?
Bible Basher.
All right, I'll call you Bible Basher.
Gammon though, but yeah.
That's no problem, man. All right, what you got, brother?
So, oh my gosh, sorry. I've had a lot of thoughts, and then I just got so distracted trying to figure out the microphone. I wanted to point out to you about the 120 years old thing. You know, the Bible does have 3 people in it that are 120 years old. So, there, I just debunked that one for you.
Well, I thought the criteria was to say, and I know that part, but I thought the criteria was to find somebody in like our time. That's what I thought his
No,
point was.
the thing is,
I thought his point was
in the
that.
Bible, it says around the time of Noah. God said there will be no, or he said he'd limit the age of man to 120 years. And people who take that very literally have a problem because in the Bible itself, it has that issue. Like it's an internal critique, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I got you. I was
But,
trying to be fair with the rules there. I thought it said find
yeah,
somebody in modern times.
no,
It's
you're all good.
it's pretty close too. So wait, what do you believe in?
Well, I do believe in the Bible. I, however, do not hold to the belief that it is an infallible book without any errors whatsoever.
All right, that's our first agreement. That's one point. We both
Great.
agree that it is definitely fallible. Next point would be, do you think it was inspired by God at all, or?
I do think the Bible was originally inspired by God, yes.
And we have the unoriginal?
No, it's been translated multiple times. It's gone through many different editors and authors. So no, we don't have the original text of the Bible.
Oh, I just meant, is that what you mean by the original one was inspired by God, and we have like the saturated one, or how what are you saying? Sorry.
Yeah, you could say it that way.
Okay, cool. That's what I was thinking. Because I would probably similar agree if I was going to have a belief in it, that would be the most reasonable belief to me. Is that it's obviously there's some stuff that's wrong in it. So
Well,
we're agreeing on that.
Conversation goes well. You'll join my church.
we're agreeing on that part. Now, how do we jump to that? How do we prove that it was inspired by God for real? Like, what would a non-inspired by God book look like?
Well, I guess let me ask you, what would be sufficient proof for you that something was from God?
If we're talking about the
Like,
Bible, I have some specific ones. Like if the Bible gave like the equation for gravity or something.
Okay. Now, I don't have any of that kind of proof.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying, you're like, wouldn't that be like amazing?
It would be amazing, yes.
So it's like, what is limiting this book from doing something like that? That would be like crazy.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing that stands in the way of the Bible being that kind of an evidence for people is that it was written thousands of years ago. We can't really go back and see the prophecies. Like, there are lots of prophecies in the Old Testament that are fulfilled in the New Testament. But if you think the Bible's uninspired and it's just baloney, you can just say, oh, they just wrote that in the New Testament. No one can debunk that because we don't have the original source documents. So I guess I could ask you, what if there was a similar situation where closer to us, we have heavily documented prophecies and miracles that were happening? If that were the case, would that be more evidence for you to believe?
So, are we talking about modern times now, right?
Yeah, let's say the things in the Bible happened nowadays. Would that be sufficient reason for you to believe?
What? Give me one thing that happened in the Bible now. I would love that. Go ahead.
Have you heard of the Book of Mormon?
Yeah, definitely. I know where you're going. So that's why I started laughing. I already know where you're going. So what prophecy has happened right now in this time?
Okay, we'll start off with prophecy. We'll do miracle next if you want to. So Joseph Smith, who founded the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in the 1830, he prophesied, and by the way, just as a background, he was killed in 1844, which is probably about 15, 16 years before the Civil War happened. But he prophesied that the Civil War would happen, and he also prophesied the state that it would start in, and then he said after that there'd be worldwide catastrophes.
That's easy to say. That's easy to say. I won't do the catastrophe things.
World War or anything. And so for Joseph Smith to prophesy not only that a civil war would start in a certain state, and that he also prophesied that the South would reach out to Great Britain for aid, which they did. They didn't get it.
Wouldn't he have known about like other like before America history, like there was wars all the time going on.
Yeah, but he prophesied specifically a civil war between the northern and southern states that would start in South Carolina.
All right, I'm looking up
And he
Joseph
predicted
Smith's
that
Civil
30
War
years before
prophecy.
Christmas.
All right, Joseph Smith's Civil War prophecy says a
Yeah,
war
you
would
can look it up.
begin with South Carolina and South states. All right. All right.
Yep.
So let's say he got this right. And he really did, right? What does that prove?
Well, here's the thing. There's a difference between proof and evidence. Proof is something that's undeniable. Yeah, someone could have guessed one thing right. Someone could guess a dozen things right. They might also get a dozen things wrong. The thing with Joseph Smith prophecies is that there may be a couple of them that you could say have gone wrong if you have a certain interpretation, but really most of them have gone exactly as he has predicted.
All right, hold on. I'm doing some more reading. It says this prophecy was given in 1832 during the nullification crisis when South Carolina was already threatening conflict with the federal government. I don't know, bro. He had clues. He had clues.
Now, if you look into,
hold on. Did he have clues? Did he have clues or not?
He did have a clue, but listen to this.
Okay, so hold on. You are admitting he had a clue, though.
Yes.
All right, cool.
But
Go
listen
ahead.
to this.
Go ahead.
If he was really faking it, the nullification crisis ended.
I'm not saying fake it, bro. I'm not saying fake it, okay? I'm saying he literally could have predicted something just off of being smart.
But let's assume that he was really just guessing, an educated guess even.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
The nullification crisis ended at a certain point. But Joseph Smith did not take back his prophecy. He said it will still happen.
Yeah, I'll give it to him.
Everything in the prophecy said that everything would happen just the way it happened, even after the nullification crisis passed over and everything went basically back to normal. And then 20 or 25 years after his death, it did happen just as he predicted. And
all right, what about this part?
There are other prophecies.
What about this part, though? It says the prophecy that the Civil War would involve all nations.
That's actually not in there. It talks about wars, not just one war.
So what is this DNC 873? Hold on, let me put it on here. I don't know what all this means.
No, you're all good.
I don't know how the Mormon Bible works, but this is like it says DNC 87.3. I'm guessing that's chapter,
it's Doctrine
verse.
and Covenants, section 87, verse 3.
It says war would eventually poured out upon all nations.
But it doesn't say that it would be the same war.
See, now this is where I get to my Bible people, where it's like, hey, this means exactly what it means when I want it to mean what it means, but then when it doesn't mean what I want it to mean, it didn't say what I wanted it to mean, so it still counts.
Okay, that's evidence, though. It's not proof, but it is evidence.
But I am saying we can agree that I could take this prophecy different, right?
Oh, yeah, you definitely could. And that's what makes it not proof. It is evidence. And that's one thing that a lot of Christians, they say, oh, I have absolute proof the Bible is true. They don't have proof. They have evidence. And I have lots of evidence. There's that prophecy. I was just thinking of one. Joseph Smith, when it was, I think the night before he was about to get killed, there was someone else with him. And he asked that man, he said, are you afraid to die? The man said, no, not if I'm with you or whatever. And Joseph Smith told him, he said, I prophesy that you will one day preach the gospel in your native land of Wales. He's like, okay, that's a little weird, but okay. And they were both expecting to die that night because they knew that a mob would come and try to kill them.
All right, super chat.
And a mob did come.
One second. There are no rationally claimable linkages for unsubstantiated notions, since anything claimed is ascribed as opposed to sustained. What do you think about that?
Sorry, what's that?
Do you read? Can you see the chat? Sorry.
Oh, give me one
Oh,
second.
I don't want to reread that. Basically, if we're making these unsubstantiated claims, like, what are we really doing here?
Well, what do you mean unsubstantiated? Because this is one I'm saying right now. He prophesied to a certain man that he would
Well,
live
I'm sorry.
to.
I think it would be, you're saying it's from God, though, right? Like, that is your end goal of this?
Oh yeah, I'm just saying prophecies that Joseph Smith has given that have come true.
And I would say people can predict things that do come true. It doesn't mean it's from God, right? I think we both would agree that. Okay.
But let's say someone guesses something right 99% of the time, and they don't just guess things that are likely, they guess things that are very unlikely.
I
Do you
mean,
think that would be strong
I would
evidence?
say even if somebody guessed things that are likely 99, 100% of the time, 90, that's 99, whatever. That's amazing.
Okay.
But that doesn't happen.
Well, it does with Joseph Smith, because this man in a jail right before they get shot up, Joseph Smith gets killed in that building. His brother Hiram gets killed, but this man lives and he goes on to preach the gospel in Wales, just as Joseph Smith did predict. Another man who was in that same jail months before Joseph prophesied to him, he said that there will be a day where bullets go around you like hail, but you will barely be touched. He was the only one in that jail, the only one with Joseph in that jail, who didn't suffer any serious injuries with the bullets that were shot at him. There were multiple. If you look into the death of Joseph Smith, he was like the first presidential candidate to be assassinated. But there was a mob of hundreds of people who were shooting into the house and into the room where he was at. This man escaped with just a scratch on his ear, literally.
All right, what about some of the wrong ones now? Let me see if you can critique your book honestly. I want you to find me some prophecies he got wrong.
Prophecies he got wrong.
Yes.
I am not. I guess if you have a certain interpretation, there are some that you could say were wrong.
And what would that mean to you if they are wrong?
Well, to me, if it's blatantly wrong, then that would mean that he is a false prophet. But if it's
like any of them, if they're any wrong?
If it's blatantly wrong, then yes. Now, there can be such a thing as conditional prophecies, where he says, if this, then that. That happens all the time. That happens in the Bible, where there are conditional prophecies that don't come true because the conditions were never met.
So, what about the Jesus one, that people would see Jesus's return? What's that one?
Are you talking about the one where it says if Joseph Smith lived to a certain age, then he would see the face of God or something?
This one's saying that Joseph Smith said people alive then would see Jesus return. What's that one?
Okay, so I'm not familiar with that one, but I don't think that one is false, because there was John the Beloved in the Bible is technically still alive according to the Bible and will be until Jesus Christ comes again. And in the Book of Mormon, there are 3 other prophets who are prophesied.
Wait, who's alive?
Again. John the Beloved from the Bible. He was a New Testament apostle.
So somebody is like thousands of years old?
Yes. And that's a biblical miracle that happened.
All right, bro. Now you can't jump to that. Come
this
on,
wouldn't
man.
work for evidence for you, so that's
no,
why I
hold
don't
on, man.
That one.
Hold
that
on.
won't work for evidence for you.
How did you not start with that one?
Because that's you wouldn't accept that miracle because there's no proof for it.
Bro, you got to start with that one, because if you told me you think somebody's thousands of years old, man, we would have started with a different discussion. I feel like I've been what is this? Wamboozled here, man.
Now, I will admit that prophecies are not my strong suit with Joseph Smith. I'm a lot easier at showing evidence of his prophetic calling through miracles.
But you believe there's a 3,000-year-old man.
Yeah, about.
But you say it with such like confidence.
Well, I mean, if
Like,
assuming Jesus was real and could heal the sick and the
okay,
afflicted, it stands to reason he could.
is there a part of
heal
you that
someone
knows it's
aging.
probably it's BS? Is there a part of you that knows that?
Based on the presupposition that Jesus Christ can heal people's physical infirmities, then no, I wouldn't say that.
There's no part of you that's like, okay, that's probably not right.
Well, just because
Come on, like a little part, like there's no little part, bro.
I assume that miracles are definitely a possibility.
All right, do you believe in like miracles could happen in like the Quran?
Yeah.
Okay, so you like miracles could just happen anytime. I think that's a Mormon thing, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we're one of the most inclusive churches, I guess you could say. And
hey, not for black people.
You.
you guys didn't like black people for years. What you talking about, man?
Well, we did like black people.
No, I know about the curse of Ham and all that shit.
Technically, that's a Protestant thing.
You stole it from Protestants, I guess.
We did steal it from Protestants, yeah.
So you weren't, but you weren't nice all the. You weren't nice all the time.
No, we're imperfect. Only Jesus is perfect.
I mean, Jesus got mad and shit too, though.
He did.
Is that perfect?
Well, I think it's just for you to get mad. Like if someone bombs a school of little kids, I think you're justified in getting mad at them.
But Jesus isn't supposed to.
I think it's justified, yeah. Not in the same way that someone here gets mad. I think there are different kinds of mad.
Do you
if there's a mad
that,
where you lose control, lose your temper.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
And no, God, I don't think God does that. I think God is in control of himself when he's mad.
Come on now, you know God loses its temper.
I wouldn't say he loses his temper, but he does get mad and punish people.
So if God allows an angel to slaughter 40,000 people, it's not anger. How many people?
Is that a story in the Old Testament?
Yeah, how many people did God allow slaughtered? Oh, good. You know, I'm looking it up now.
Okay, let me just tell you my thoughts on some of the Old Testament stories.
Oh, come on. You're not going to tell me those aren't true, right?
I'm going to tell you that they are not infallible, unlike what other Christians would say. They pass through the hands of many political leaders in the Jewish nation, and so it makes sense that they would skew the story to kind of favor a more nationalistic view of the nation of Israel.
All right, what about other like genocides in the Bible? You think they're all of that? Are you literally wiping out the whole Old Testament?
No, I'm not wiping it out. I'm just saying that there are biases included in those stories. I still think that the underlying message, the whole message of the Bible taken as a whole, is valuable for us today and stuff. History, though, I wouldn't say it's the perfect kind of history book.
Well, I think it's valid because we're very similar to people that were born 8,000 years ago. So I think that's why it transcends time, because we're still in that time. So we're able to kind of connect and see what life could have been like for those people. I think that's what really the connection is with the Bible, is that and it's the further you go back, the more there is no connection.
Okay, so let me transition from something that I don't know as much about to something I know more about, which is miracles.
Yeah, but we'd have to prove that miracles can even happen.
Yes. So what would you consider proof? Would you consider eyewitness testimony as proof?
We said evidence, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's going to be that. Of course, that's a form of evidence. It's the weakest form.
Okay. What would you say is a more strong or powerful form of evidence?
I mean, it sucks at our time. It literally is going to be like shit, and it's almost going away. It'd be like video evidence, but now that shit's getting crazy.
Yeah.
It's going to get tough, man. just to be fair, it's going to be really tough to figure out what's real and what's not in the near future.
I know AI is getting the fingers right, and that was always the giveaway.
So I don't know what to tell you, but I think it would be easy to spot if it happened, and that's why it makes me wonder why it doesn't happen like it happened in the Bible, because it was like Harry Potter world in the Bible, like literally stuff going on all the time.
So let me ask you a question. How big is the world? Like, is it bigger than just the state of Israel and Egypt?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And how many people do you think lived and died over the 7,000 years of biblical history? Millions, billions?
Enough, but the more beings had died before then, so most people haven't heard of the Bible.
Yes, you're right.
Most people that ever lived have not heard of it.
Billions of people have lived and died that lived outside of that area, and millions of people lived in that area, but we only hear of a few select miracles. And I think that those were recorded because they're the coolest things that happened.
Or they're
made up.
In those days. Or they're made up.
Or they're made up. You're right.
Okay. I just want to be clear. They could be made up.
Yeah, I won't say with absolute certainty that there's no chance that that at least some of them were made up.
And it's more likely that even if I can't get you to say all, most of them are made up, right?
You can say that.
I would say I would think so.
So
because most things we know even now that used to be considered miracles, we know have natural explanations. So thousands of years ago, I understand why people thought so superstitious. I don't understand now, but I understand thousands of years ago that you would think that. They had less information. So that's why I'm saying that.
Okay. So let's take something that you can see, feel, touch, read, the Book of Mormon itself. That book was translated by Joseph Smith before 1830. And that book, it was written within one working month. And if you look at the length of the book and how long it took him to write it, he wrote faster than any single author in recorded history.
You know what, though? That's not special, because it'd be more special if he didn't have to write anything.
Okay, let me continue, though.
Like serious, man. If we're going to go through these things as if they're special, what I am hearing is someone doing the same things that someone else has done before, which makes it not special, which means why is God using these archaic ways of showing itself?
Okay. So the Book of Mormon was translated, or you would say written, at a pace faster than any other.
That has nothing to do with my question.
Now,
that has nothing to do with what I just said. No, I'm saying that had nothing to do with what I just said. I am saying, because you're saying these special things, but they're not special.
Well, I think it is special. Like if God tells someone, hey, drive to New York, and they're able to do it going constantly at 200 miles an hour without hitting a single stoplight, and they do it faster than anyone else in the history of the world, I'd consider that a miracle.
Yeah, but I go to if I go watch a NASCAR race and there's no accidents, I don't consider it a miracle, even though, quote unquote, it's a miracle. It's not the same type of miracle we're talking about. Yes, unexpected things happen, but a miracle would be manna falling from the sky.
Okay. I'm going to stay on the topic of the Book of Mormon. I can switch to other miracles later. So
but if you're just going to list miracles without, that's my point. I need to know.
Let me continue with the Book of Mormon theme.
I'll let you get one more miracle. Go ahead.
Okay. In the Book of Mormon, Joseph Smith says that a family stopped at a place called Nahum. And in that place, they buried a man named Ishmael because he was with their group. He died. It was really sad. He passed away. He said it was along the borders of the Red Sea, and after they left the place of Nahum, they headed due east till they got to a beach with like all this fruit and stuff. I don't know. And then they sailed off to their promised land or whatever.
All right.
After Joseph Smith died, they discovered in the Arabian Peninsula, on the shores of the Red Sea, directly west from the shore, a shore in Yemen, I believe, that perfectly matches the description in the Book of Mormon, a archaeological site called Nahum. And in that archaeological site, there's a tomb of a man named Ishmael that dated to exactly the time that Joseph Smith said that this family supposedly passed through that area. Now, this tomb was discovered decades
All right.
after.
It's getting a little long, bro. We gotta sharpen this for me.
He predicted the exact place, time, and name of a town that was previously undiscovered in the Arabian Peninsula. And he further prophesied the time and name of a person who would be buried there.
All right, I'll look into these prophecies. Obviously, I don't know these prophecies, and I'll look into this. The one I gave you, which is what I figured. Usually, when there's a contradiction, there's just an excuse built into it, right? Like, so the Jesus thing, you just already had a built-in excuse to like brush it to the side. So that's the problem with some of these things when it comes to refuting certain Bible things, or I guess you would consider yours a Bible as well, is that there's this built-in thing to where you can't be wrong. So I don't know if you ever look at the text honestly.
Well, I mean, Latter-day Saints, I'd say, are probably the ones that look at the text the most honestly, because we admit that the Bible and the Book of Mormon are not infallible books. We admit that they're books written by people. They were inspired of God. They do contain some degree of human error.
Right, but you said if one of his prophecies are wrong, he no longer is a prophet. So now, if I go, like I said, I'll go do my research. This is interesting to me. I don't know a lot about Mormon. If I come to you, you're always going to have a out because you can't be wrong. And that's what I feel like will happen with the prophecies, because you already had whatever word, when I'm going to just say excuse, you already had an excuse when I said that he said that people living there today would see Jesus. And then you pulled something out of left field and said that dude is 4,000 years old right now.
To be fair, that one did come from the Bible, not from Joseph Smith, that prophecy that John would live forever. So.
Well, no, but he says, no, Joseph Smith says that Jesus, or people living with him, would see Jesus coming.
Okay. Now let me rephrase, I guess, or clarify what would, in my mind, disqualify Joseph Smith from being a prophet. He would be disqualified as being a prophet if the evidence against him outweighed the evidence for him.
Well, do you see how that puts it unfair for me, right?
Well, yes, because there's so much evidence for Joseph Smith's prophetic calling, for his divine mission, I guess you could say.
But I just don't understand why
almost impossible for you to disprove it.
Why God would send a prophet that is wrong sometimes.
Well,
that seems like it defeats the purpose.
Let me say this: God only sent one prophet that wasn't wrong, and that was Jesus. Every single other prophet that God sent has been an imperfect person
Jesus did the same wrong. He said, some of you standing here today will not taste death until you see the Son of Man coming in the clouds in all his glory. That did not happen.
John the Apostle.
Wait, what?
That one guy.
You said John the Apostle's that person?
Yes, John the Apostle in the Bible is that person, yes.
John the Apostle's the Son of Man coming in the clouds?
No, he's the person that would live to see that, because he has not died yet.
Oh, well, see, that's what I mean,
he's
bro.
He's a 3,000-year-old that I've been talking about.
Come on, bro. That's not even fair for you to even expect me to believe.
Hey, I'm not the one who wrote it. I think it was John who wrote it in the Bible, not me.
But that's where the honesty needs to come in, and you just say, "Hey, that is ridiculous."
Aside from that, though, there are other evidences.
Wait,
that
I want to
Right.
hear you say that that's ridiculous. Can you say that?
I see why you think that sounds ridiculous from your worldview. In my worldview, though, that's not ridiculous to me.
Wait, there's no beliefs that you have, like even though you still have them, you don't think they're ridiculous?
I think some beliefs are ridiculous. from
Okay,
my point of
cool. So I need you to admit that thinking there's a 5,000-year-old man, it's ridiculous. You can still believe it, obviously, right? But can you
Well-
say it's ridiculous?
That one doesn't seem ridiculous to me because I've seen and experienced healing and stuff, and there are tons of miracles of healing in the Bible, and so
I thought I
healing
could get
doesn't
one
seem
honest thing
ridiculous
out of
to
you,
me.
man. I thought I could get one honest one.
No, from my worldview, that one doesn't seem ridiculous.
Oh man, you're so close. So close. I like to get one honest. You were honest about some things.
Okay, let me ask you this.
You were honest about some.
If a
Go ahead.
scientist came up with a miracle drug that cured any disease and any illness that ever happened, it even brought a couple of people back from the dead, would it be
Uh-oh.
ridiculous to believe that someone could live to be 1,000 years old using that drug?
If I have reason to believe somebody can live 1,000 years, I'll believe it. That's what you're asking me. Yes. If there's reason.
Okay.
Yes.
So in my worldview, I believe in miracles. I've seen miracles. People I know have seen healing miracles. And so I find it perfectly reasonable to assume that the same divine power that works those miracles is able to prolong someone's life. And so to me, in my worldview, it's not ridiculous because I've seen evidence that indicates that that is a reasonable possibility.
All right. That's fair.
I'm not
that's a fair answer. No, you're a fair
Yeah.
answer. That's fair. And then last one is like, and somebody beat me to it. Where is Paul? Like
What do you
right
mean?
now. Like where's oh no, John. Sorry, not Paul. John. Where's John? Because you said John's still alive.
Yeah, he's probably preaching to Jesus, about Jesus to some tribe in Mongolia or something. I don't know. I will tell you one thing. You briefly brought up that there were millions of people who haven't heard of the Bible, right?
That died already? Yeah, like billions.
Billions.
Than, yeah, like
More
a whole
than
lot.
millions.
Yeah.
That, I think, is the strongest case against Christianity.
I think there's the strongest case against all of the religions.
Now, in Latter-day Saint theology, though, we believe that God will judge us according to the knowledge that we have received. And so if some person in China 200 years ago never heard the name of Jesus, but heard the name of Buddha and heard all these teachings of how to become a good person and live the best life that they could live, didn't have the opportunity to hear the name of Jesus Christ, I believe that person will have the opportunity to be saved in the kingdom of God.
Sure,
That's something that the Latter-day Saint Church teaches.
None of that's provable, right? It could sound nice, but the whole point is, I think we're walking around here saying these things that somebody told us that if you weren't born here, you probably would think differently, and then calling it true.
Like I said, it's not proof, but it is evidence because
I take it as evidence for why you believe. I get that.
Speaking, yeah, that's logical evidence because, like, if you think of a God who is moral, a moral God wouldn't condemn most of humanity to burn forever because they didn't have a chance to accept him.
Yeah, I'm saying, what if there just is no God? That's also likely.
It is likely, but I believe that the Latter-day Saint conception of God is the most likely version of God, or the most likely conception of God, logically, based on evidence and based on prophecies, miracles, and stuff that I've seen. And that's why I accept him. I don't blindly accept him. I blindly accepted him when I was a little kid, but as I've studied more, as I've looked into things, I have come to the conclusion that it's more likely that he's real than not. And I also do believe that there is no indisputable proof of God's existence because I believe God wants us to accept him at least partially on faith. And if there is
we'll get in that in the next one, because the faith one bugs me a little bit because I've already talked about that earlier. So hey, if you're welcome to come back tomorrow. Well, I'm gonna be on tomorrow, so you're welcome to come back tomorrow. I'm gonna look up some of this stuff you're talking about, and if you come back, whenever you come back, I do Monday, Tuesday, Fridays at the moment. So, if you come back, I'm gonna have some questions for you on this. I feel like you were honest about some things, so that's all I ask. I can have conversations with people that are going to be honest, and then the next time we talk, I'll try to have some better stuff for you. I would say this. You were honest about the possibility of it being wrong, and I think that's a good thing. That's all I could say. Like I think that's a good thing, even though you're kind of saying there's no way it's wrong. I'm cool with you saying that it's possibly being wrong. So if you're gonna come back, just hop in again, and then I'll get you on. But for now, I appreciate you joining.
Yeah, of course. Now that I know how my microphone works.
Yeah. All right. So take care, man.
God bless.
All right. Peace. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna eat, and then I gotta try to get a video together for tomorrow. So I'm gonna be done for the day. Thanks for everybody that called. There was more people in the queue this time, but some of them left. So I don't care if people say God bless, man. So that's whatever to me. It's kind of I say bless you to people all the time. I don't really mean it that way. So it doesn't bug me. So anyways, thanks everybody for joining up. And if you want to hop in tomorrow, I'll be on tomorrow. Just hit the notification button and I'll let you know when I'm on. I appreciate you guys. This is enjoyable for me. So channel's been growing and it's thanks to you guys. So let's keep it going. Share, like, all those good things. As always, I'm Jay. Don't forget to throw away your feelings, open your minds, and question your beliefs. Peace, guys.